Um, I know people went into the battle with already narratives of, there's a contingent out there that's, I wouldn't say tired of Geechi, but there's a contingent out there that's starting to think Geechi's might be getting a little too much love, a little too much gas. I might have went in already pulling for A.ward. There's another contingent that just doesn't like A.ward's style or what he brings to the culture.
Right.
I'm not on either one of those. I just wanted to consume the battle for what it was, and I think the battle was great. I think they both went crazy this battle. I think every round is kind of close to me. I want to edge the third to Geechi, but that's really the only round I can say I might can edge a winner to. I'm gonna have to watch the battle again to see who I can give the battle to. I think they both delivered. I think they both rapped well. They both was on point with their angles and their personals. Geechee got crazy direct in that third, and I loved it. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about with this battle for real. And the fact that it's going to be debates for the rest of the night just means that it's a great battle because we all want debatable battles at the end of the day, you know.
You couldn't have said it any better, bro. And it's funny you mentioned that third round about Geechi Gotti because for me, I'm listening to A.ward's first round. And I'm just thinking to myself, off pure momentum, off pure talent, we know if two juggernauts are battling each other, whoever goes first, like unless you have a real standout round, it's really difficult to win the bottom of the first round in these heavyweight battles. So I counted A.ward losing the first round before he even started just because he was going first, which I still think he did
Mm-hmm.
lose, but I honestly think the second round was the clearest round for Geechi. And A.ward's third
Mm-hmm.
round, in my opinion, was his best. So I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, well, Geechi's going to walk away with the casual 2-1. I won the first two rounds argument. No, Geechi didn't take his foot off the gas pedal in the third round.
Mm-mm. Nope, not at all, bro. Not at all. And it was crazy because I felt like you made a good point. I felt like the momentum was going in A Ward's favor. I felt like A Ward was kind of getting better each round, so I was expecting a drop off after Geechi's second to his third, but that didn't happen at all. I mean, he just got even crazier for the third for me. But but hey, I love it, man. I don't always have to walk away with an immediate winner. If it means I have to watch it again, that just means it was a great battle. So I'm not complaining.
I agree with you, man. There were so many bars that Geechee had, and like every round, man. This first round, I booked you technically the rebuttal, the shepherd's pie, the bullets OD on A hat, the Jimmy Ward bar, the Mary Jane
Yeah,
dance. Like
yeah,
this is every fucking bar for real, for real. And it's just insane.
absolutely.
Like you just battle loaded Lux a month ago. Like what is happening?
Absolutely. And I think all the talk about the champion of the year, implications for each of them. For real, whether people like it or not, this really just strengthens Geechi's case for champion of the year, whether you have him winning or not. Because at the end of the day, he didn't have to come into this battle and deliver as well as he did, to be honest. A Ward even said it himself. Geechi could have lost, and there would have been a whole bunch of inherent excuses for him. There's really no excuse to be made in this case because Geechi delivered like he didn't just battle Lux a month ago. You know what I mean? So all this really does is just strengthen his case for champion of the year, whether you have him winning or losing the battle, in my opinion. And same for A-Ward. I think wherever you have him placed in the rankings, it probably boosts him up as well to be able to go toe to toe with Geechi and, in my opinion, have a debatable winner.
You know,
So
respectfully to A-Ward, man, I have been seeing it all week. People saying that if War were to beat Gotti, clearly, like, we can shake up the race. And in my head, I'm like, no, we can't, because before this battle, nobody's saying A-Ward had a better year than Geechi. Geechi Gotti is the
right,
most consistent thing you guys have ever seen in the last 5 years. So why would you count him?
facts.
Why would you count him just losing out clearly, especially on a battle like this? He said himself it meant more to him than Lux. And people
Right.
kind of like the parody towards the end of the year to kind of create the dialogue, but there's a clear front runner this year, man. It's a
Yeah, I
clear front.
think Geechee was already the front runner, and I honestly felt that even if he lost clear to A Ward, that wouldn't have changed that for me. But the fact that he took the battle, like you said, he wanted this battle even more than the Lux one, or was at least more motivated for it. That just goes to show that he's on a different level, man, and he's the front runner for a reason. Like you said, the consistency is going to propel him to that top spot no matter what. Like we can't say the same for every battler that battles. nobody's as consistent as him. So
Well, man, stay put, bro. I want to bring in my man Battle Rap Corner. Pull him to the show. Battle Rap Corner, man. My brother, we just witnessed the rematch. What was your takeaway? And give me your thoughts on anything else in the night that really stood out to you.
Oh man, I caught most of this event at work tonight.
That's some real degenerate
But
shit, man. Some real battle rap fiend shit, man.
bro, I had the
salute.
earbuds in. I had 2 sets of earbuds, so when one died, I could pop the other one in. You know what I mean? But this had like that heavyweight fight feel to it. Like it was a lot of anticipation leading up to the card. Everybody was talking about this rematch. You know what I mean? So like I thought I thought Geechi Gotti won the battle 2-1. Just off this rough watch. When I say rough watch, I think I missed a few things. Service went in and out a little bit, so I do want to watch it again before I get a definitive like somebody won. But I would edge it to Geechi. 2-1 definitely. Maybe a gentleman's 30 because I thought A.ward third round was crazy. Like I
A.ward's
thought
third
his
round was
third round
amazing.
was crazy. And then I'm like, the way Geechi started his third round, I'm like, yo, he's going to need more than this. But that angle he took, it felt like he was exposing like something. It was so well put together and well thought out. Like I've never heard that angle on A.ward ever. I didn't even know he had a brother that had an addiction. So, and then it turned out to be true, even though he said, he's been sober 4 years, but still, just for him to know that and execute that angle the way he did, he might have snuck out that third round. But honestly, I do gotta watch the battle again to give it a real look over because I was at work tonight.
Hey,
Hey,
Corner, who did you have going into the battle?
Oh man, I had Geechi going in mainly because of the home court advantage. And they was gassing some shit in there. Like there was one, I forget what the bar was. It was maybe the first or second round. Geechi had said something, and the bar didn't hit. But you heard one person say, "Oh," you're like, "Come on, guy!" Like, that didn't hit. Like, you know what I mean? But I did have Geechi went going into it 2-1, but I knew A.ward would, you know what I mean? Like we know where A.ward can take it. We seen him against Ill Will, etc. So I thought it was a dangerous opponent. Now Geechi got it's like King Consistent versus Mr. Consistent. Even in his next battle, he got Dre Dennis on the gates on December 11th. So he can round out the year with 2 wins over two dangerous, consistent opponents. You might as well just give him the Champion of the Year award. You know what I mean?
I feel like we've
Three
talked. I
belts.
feel like we've talked a lot about like Geechi securing his third title, but I want to talk a little bit about Ward's ranking after this because obviously I feel like this doesn't at all hurt his case, and in fact, it strengthens it. And people are already saying he was like top five. I think people having him in their top 2 or 3. I personally feel like he's between 4 to 6. But now after this kind of performance, like, where do you guys like kind of see him? Like, where's the bubble you
Ooh,
guys?
ooh,
I'm like, look,
ooh,
the
that's a good one.
A-Ward, wherever you had him at originally, you got to move him up a couple spots, man.
Mm.
But
You
you
have
can't.
to.
But it doesn't move him above Geechi though. Like he probably in the
No,
top
yeah.
three
If
now. He's definitely in
Geechi's
the top
won, we
three.
know this. Geechi's won.
Yeah,
I just want to know, like I felt like A.ward's ceiling was like top 4. His floor was like top 6. But now I'm like, is
yeah.
he like?
Top
Can you
three,
make a three?
top
Is there a
two,
three?
one.
Is there a
I
three
mean, two or
conversation?
three.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
2 or 3 for sure.
Right.
It's definitely arguable.
Right, absolutely.
What do you
Definitely. He didn't get up there. He didn't die tonight. You know what I mean?
what do you guys think of? Let's talk about some of the other guys on the card. What do you guys think of Sharon and Oops?
I think I can't really call that one. Some of it cut out for me.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cutout, and with Oops second round, so unfortunately I didn't get to hear that. Based
Yeah,
on what I heard though, I was fucking with that battle heavy. Like even if it was a 1 round, if I could only go off the third round alone, that third round from both was fucking crazy for me, man. They
yeah. If
both
I had
were
to go
just
off I did see the third round clear. I would give the third round to Sharon though. I think from what I seen or heard, I think Oops ended off a little choppy. I believe, but Yeah, that third round was but definitely solid. Oops, beginning of the third round was definitely solid, but I think he had some type of dry spot at the end or in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
You
physically,
think about the
I can't
game.
call the battle neither. But just between the first round, which I heard both of theirs, the third round, which I heard both of theirs, I'm just thinking to myself, like, respectfully to Oops, like, I got a lot of love for Oops. I feel like he was outmatched in this battle, man. Like
I
he,
said that in my prediction.
you
I
know,
said that in my
you know,
prediction.
and I told him this. You know, what I'm saying, like, not only did he elect to go first against a freestyler, like. I think we haven't paid attention to some of Sharon's recent battles, like against Roan, against Real Deal. Like he was competing at one of the highest levels, and the people that beat him were just better that night. So that lets you know how good they were. Like this guy's been battling at a really high level for a long time, world class battler. And respect to Oops, like I just don't feel like he has
That's facts.
the ability or the talent to execute the way Sharon does. Like Sharon, not only can he freestyle, not only can he get in his haymaker bag, not only did being out wild now help his rapping more. Like now he has pockets. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Where
Yeah.
all these pockets and
Thanks.
multis come from this guy? Then
Yeah,
he can angle. Then he can diffuse shit by being fun. Like he's just too much. It's just too much.
yeah. When I think EFM had a space with I think it was EFM or was it your show? It was one of the two. They had they had Dev in their space. They had Oops in the space, and they asked me who was going to win. I told Oops, I said, man, like you could win, but I wouldn't put money on it. Like Sharon is just he does too many different things, like you just said. Like it's just too much.
Yeah,
And if he's
France.
on, and
I like the
if
way
he
you put it, France. It's like Sharon is like it's like a high class battle rap professional, man. He just does so much in all of his battles, even just round by round, It's more than just, the common way you would approach a battle, where Oops kind of just brings in, the raw lyrics, just the raw emotion approach to the battle. Sharon does everything else, kind of
too many
checks all the
weapons, too
boxes.
many weapons.
Yeah, he checks all the boxes, you know what I mean?
Bro, when he told Oops, you're the St. Louis Superman, you're the Man of Steel. Oh my God, man.
Right.
What? And then he
Bro,
told
it was almost cringy, but it was so good. It was like, yeah,
he said you choked on your suicide. Like
Bro,
why are you talking to this
yeah,
man like this? This is
bro.
insane.
Niggas
it
started
got
yelling
dark, bro.
time.
It got
Niggas started
dark.
yelling time. Yo, time, bro, time.
Throw in the goddamn towel.
Hold on, man. Let's bring in my man EFM, my man Bum Nitty, man. Salute to Bum Nitty, man. I know they got their spaces going right now. You
Salute, bro.
can't pull up and show some
What's
love.
good? What's good?
My brother, man.
Nitty was good,
For
boy.
sure, for sure. What's good, everybody?
Ain't shit, man.
What y'all think of the event?
Man, the event was solid, man. You know, we got a lot of technical difficulties. We ain't had that in a while. It's a little ghetto, but I mean, we're used to some ghetto battle rap. Let's not act all bougie, not just because we got spoiled for a year.
Especially on the Riot.
You know what I mean? I seen a lot of people ready to call their bank accounts, and claim they know that transaction. I don't know what rap grade
Yeah.
is. Dispute that. I seen a lot of y'all tweet that today. Don't delete the
Hey,
tweets.
yo, that's crazy. I don't know what
Yo,
rap grade
I ain't
is.
see
What the
that
fuck
shit.
is
That's
that?
crazy. Somebody said that. I ain't see that shit.
I,
Shout out
I ain't
D-Ray.
deleting nothing. If it ain't on the VOD tomorrow, I want my money back.
Yeah, he said it's gonna be. Geechi said the VOD should be up soon, like in the next like hour or two or some type shit.
well, man,
I need to watch a couple
I
of
want
these
to get your
joints back.
thoughts on the main event, bro.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I predicted Geechi clear, and that's not to discredit A.ward because I'm actually a fan of Ward, but I predicted Geechi 2-1 clear, but that shit was debatable. I low-key had Ward 2-1 edge.
Wow, I respect that. You know what? I'm hearing a lot of people say Ward 2-1. Is it the first and the third for you?
Yeah,
That's what I'm hearing too.
that first was razor close though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
I
I
think it
feel like
definitely
every
needed a
round was
second
kind of.
watch. Make sure people wasn't gassing too much
Well, look,
for
this
me.
How do
one.
y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about people saying there was gas in the building?
It was, but it's come to he A-ward took the battle in LA. You should know what to expect. You knew he was going to get a little more gas than usual. You on his home court, and A-ward said that he like how much of a home advantage did you need? Like, I thought Geechi needed all of that too.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like A.ward is lucky for two things, right? Because he did have this subconscious bar. If he performed better than Loaded Lux, he would have that advantage to his ability. Because it's like last time we seen Geechi, he was in a battle that he looked kind of more dominant in. Once it gets closer, that already just fucks with the battle rap psychology of like how we perceive battles sometimes. But there was nothing he can do to win that battle in the building. His goal is to win that battle overtime on cams and to the hundreds of thousands and millions of fans that are going to watch the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that battle back on rewatch.
Yeah, I can't wait
For
to see
sure,
it. I
for
can't
sure.
wait to see it back. Was there gas in the building? I mean, they gonna give it up for the hometown squad, man. You know, it is what it
I don't
is.
even think it was that bad
Yes.
though. Like I don't think it was so outlandish to
But
where
I'll say
giving
this, like,
A.ward his proper reaction.
and when I saw next performance, I was like, all right, maybe the West Coast gas might not be that crazy today because I've seen way better Nexus than that performance. And you know, sometimes when he has performances that are a little bit below what I'm expecting from him, you know, he could get kind of carried by his energy and the momentum. People are reacting. They didn't give him that this battle. Like it all kind of stood out. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Let's keep talking about this
Yeah.
card. Let's keep talking about this card, though, man. What other performances? Let's talk about Snake Eyes and Henny, man. And then
Yo, I'm pissed
I
because I
mean,
was watching when
That shit was
the
garbage.
stream cut up for I think the second round. I think like I saw the first round, I didn't see the second, and I saw like half the third, so I couldn't really call it. But I'm hearing Snake Eyes 2-1 for the people
Yeah,
who did see it. I guess
I'm gonna be especially harsh on this battle because it was a major letdown from the promo they gave. Like I thought they was going to go in there and spit their best shit ever.
but I feel
And
like we knew the promo was going to be better than the battle though. Like that.
yeah,
yeah. Even
I
though the
felt.
promo was fire, I didn't have no super high expectations for this battle.
Right.
I
I don't know about
Right.
y'all.
guys,
I was thoroughly entertained through this battle, right? I got shoulder bumps. I got chicken wings. I got made up words, right? I got what was it? Tragical. I got that. He said sausage washing, right? Something like that. Like I got all types of ridiculousness in this battle. I was thoroughly entertained.
definitely a lot
Right.
of Harlem slang in there.
Right. Right. But it comes with the territory. I guess that's the best way to put it, France, that you could be entertained by it. I mean, I didn't really bother trying to like really try to break down rounds to see who I felt won the battle or nothing though. You know what
No
I'm
cool
saying?
dudes. Come on, boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the first round for both of them was pretty good. I'm like, you know what? I like this battle, but I see everybody's like, I don't like this. And I'm just like, is it me? Is, am I enjoying this too much?
I don't know. I know Henny Man was hot as hell with that fucking fur coat on. What the fuck? Go.
Yeah, really though. Yo, friends, how did you feel about? I know we going all the kinds out of order, but how'd you feel about Truffaut versus Royalty?
Actually, I was just gonna get to that next, and you know what? I'm actually let Bum Nitty set it off because this is Bum Nitty's man's. He told me about royalty. About
hey yo,
oh man,
no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. This
oh
is
man.
LTBR. My fault. My fault. Nah, but I will say I did. I predicted a royalty breakout performance. I thought this battle was gonna be a lot closer than it was. Unfortunately, I thought it was gonna be a war. Um, I did predict royalty 2-1, but after the battle, I did have royalty 3-0. Pretty clear. And I
Yeah,
just want to say, yeah, I'm proud of royalty, man. He stepped up to the plate. Truffaut had a really bad off game, but he'll bounce back. He'll be all right.
I
He's
was
still young.
worried. I was worried because I know they both had stuff going on. I was worried somebody was going to have an off game. So
For sure, for sure.
yeah, I didn't know. I didn't really know who, but I'm glad that Royalty took advantage of the opportunity, and that nigga left Earth, bro. I mean, I had a 3-0 as well.
Yeah, not a lot of people know royalty on a personal level like some of us do, but royalty strikes me as somebody who takes his pain and uses it to just power up and to just I don't know use it in his writing to perform better
I want
and whatnot.
I want to give
Uh,
I want to give Royalty a lot of praise. Because one, he's still really fresh in his battle rap career. There's not a lot of mileage, so when there's not a lot of mileage and experience, pause if necessary. He's still very raw as a talent. Like he doesn't know like any foundation still. Like he's still figuring it all out. And Truffaut, who's a little bit more seasoned than him, but has still a lot of things to figure out as well, had a really good year. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, this is Truffaut's battle to lose, respectfully. And when you watch the battle, it looks like Trufo's the one that's like the up and comer, and Royalty is the one that's the vet because of how poised and
That's a
confidence
fact.
and how much aggression he had. And truthfully, the way he ended the battle with that Kobe bar, you know what I'm saying? All we wear is the purple and gold. My boy's such a diehard Kobe fan, and like he got 8 before he went to 24, and then brings Danny Myers out for the 60. Like that was incredible.
Yeah, that third round was like a victory lap
I
in my
got
eyes.
one critique for Royalty. That Kobe bar is crazy, but he had an O'Neal jersey on. What are you doing, cuz? You had it like why? Like all you needed was the Kobe jersey. You feel me?
All right, man. Real quick, I want to bring in this new speaker. Brand new follower here, Unfazed. Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself,
Yo,
man.
she's dope.
Yes, that's
Awesome,
Yeah,
me.
awesome.
salute
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Unfazed.
It's
Salute.
almost 8 a.m. I've been watching since the event started.
Wait, tell us what time did you start and
But
what time did you finish?
1
Wow.
a.m. and the event finished like a bit
Yeah,
ago, right? So
that's
it's almost 8
dedication, yo.
a.m.
If you're not watching battle rap
For
overnight,
real. And
I don't
like,
want to hear it. Salute to Unfazed.
Yeah, you talking about
honestly,
me
and
being
this
at
is,
work.
That's different.
I was in a space earlier, and Royalty was there, and Bum Nitty was there, and Young Gorlin was there, and Hawk, and all of them. And I was like feeling so blessed because I didn't know anything about this stuff, and it wouldn't have, if it weren't for that space, I wouldn't have been in like anywhere near this. But since we were talking about Royalty, I did have something to say. Like, I was wondering how, like, when each person that was, like, on the mic battling, I was looking at their
Hmm.
opponent, right? And I thought Royalty, like, he was the only one that, even though their opponent was, like, going ham and doing a really good job, he still, like, I could still sense and feel the confidence. Like, he didn't allow himself to, like, you know, feel like he lost, and I think that's why it ended up 3-0.
No,
You
that's
know
well
what I
said.
mean?
Yes,
Because his confidence was insane.
literally. Like it like if you watch the battle on mute, you can just see through the body language of how confident he was. Like it's like, yo, hold on, like you're really performing like as if you're the vet, and Trufo's the one here who came for the lesson. It was
Yeah, it seemed like after the first
Right.
round, he like during the second round, Trufel tried to bounce back and try to recapture that same energy, like with the after he put on the forces, and then he stumbled again, and then after that, it just seemed like his whole energy depleted. Like he knew he lost, he didn't want to be there, he didn't want to wrap his round, unfortunately. But
Yeah, and to your point, Unfazed, it's like Royalty said in that space you was in, it's all about the preparation. You know what I mean? When you got your material down, you know it in and out, you know the special move you're gonna pull out in this round and how it's gonna hit with the crowd, you got your pacing down. There's really nothing to worry about at that point. It's just performing it correctly, you know. And yeah, that was a great point too. Just the defense. So when your other opponent is rapping, yeah, Trufo didn't help himself because he looked defeated. You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is. He's still a great battler. He'll bounce back as well. I fuck with Trufo heavy. So
great is a strong word, but I fucks with Trufo too. The Black Forces, man. I think we gotta have a conversation about the Black Forces. Clearly, it brings some energy and aura that it's not productive for you, right? It's actually counterproductive at this point. Because actually, fun fact, both times he put them on, he stumbled through the round.
I actually said that in the Discord. That shit crazy.
My man, see, we always on page, man. We always on
man,
page.
they made it for robbing, not for battling, bro. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? He's using it in the wrong capacity.
Right.
Right tool,
Right.
wrong vehicle, I guess. Like, but nah,
Right.
man. Salute to
Un-
Royalty.
Unfazed, how did you feel about A.ward versus Geechi?
Yo, I was on the Discord as well, and I didn't understand why everyone was hating so much on Gotti, right? Because I felt like even though he stumbled and stuff, like I don't remember who it was, but there was a battle and someone stumbled and he took a good like 8 to 10 seconds, I think. And everyone was like quiet, so I felt like it was awkward. But with Gotti, I felt like even though he did stumble a couple of times, it wasn't an issue at all, right? And I felt like his like in all 3 rounds, he was like very persistent with like his delivery, right? But I felt like what's his face? The other guy? I kind of
A.ward?
forgot his name.
A.ward.
Yeah, A.ward. I felt like his second round, I did not like at all, honestly. But he had good stuff. Like I can't hate too much. I think it's just like my preference. I don't like the way he, rhymed or spat or delivered. I didn't like his body language. Like it's a performance and an art, right? And I guess this is where like some people have different opinions. But me personally, I was like Gotti 3-0, like no debate. But I'm such an amateur with it, right? Like this is my first time
No,
actually
this
watching
but this is what we
rap
need.
battles
This
like
is what we need
hardcore.
for things to grow. We need people like yourself that and will invest in a night to watch some battle rap and learn more about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
even though
Fuck
I
yeah.
don't agree with the verdict you had, it's always refreshing to hear like a new fan's perspective because people like B, LTBR, Young Whirlin, Battle Rap Corner, we're so invested in this culture. We're watching battle rap like every single day, so it's cool to step back and get somebody else's perspective to see maybe something that we didn't see or that we're just overlooking. So,
But
nah, I respect
let,
the perspective
let
and the
me
input.
let me get my man Diallo here. I just brought him up as a speaker on the roulette. Go ahead, Diallo. You can unmute yourself. Tell us what you thought about the main event, bro, and any other battles on the card that you want to talk about.
Yeah, what's good, EFM? I think this is my first time speaking up here, but I'm definitely a big fan of battle rap, and y'all are like the main Twitter, you know, presence. So appreciate what y'all do. As far as this battle, I going into it, I didn't know who I had per se, but I will say what I thought was gonna happen is that it was going to be a good battle and that the general audience is going to pick A.ward to win because Geechi was going to have more crowd reaction. And everyone knows that the battle rap community hates when one battler gets more crowd reaction than the other. And they start throwing out the gas word, and then they just go with whoever is what they consider the underdog, or whoever isn't getting as much love as they think they deserve. People start giving them sympathy votes. This, I think it was a really debatable battle. I think it was a great battle, and considering what Geechi had to go through as far as setting up this battle, paying A.ward, setting up all the other battles, like going through all the trials and tribulations of setting up an event and main eventing it and having the right for coming off the Lux battle and then showing up the way he did and still performing, like that is some GOAT stuff. I don't care what anybody says. And it's a debatable, but Geechi is definitely champion of the year, and it was a great battle, man. I enjoyed it.
Yo, before you speak LTBR, I just want to say Diallo, appreciate the love for EFM. Shout out to LTBR. They're one of my favorite platforms in battle rap, if not my favorite platform in battle rap. But I'm gonna go ahead, head out, let you guys finish the discussion. So salute, France. Appreciate you.
Salute, bro. Really appreciate you, bro. Diallo, man, that was a good perspective, man. Look, we're running out of positive things to say about Geechi Gotti at this point, right? But all I just tell people all the time is just don't take it for granted and enjoy greatness while we can because it won't be here for long. You know what I mean?
By the way, I have Geechi 2-1.
Yo, let's talk about some of the other battles that happened tonight. Let's pull this up here, man. What did you guys think of Fate and Chef Trez? Go ahead, Unfazed. You can kick it off.
I don't remember the lines or anything, but I remember when I
Mm-hmm.
was watching, I thought Trez was incredible. Like I remember DMing like so many people saying, "Holy shit." I thought he was really good. I don't know, what about you guys?
Trez is part of that Sharon class where he's just a professional, bro. He just brings so much to the table to these battles. He just checks all the boxes. Like he gets so much freedom and leeway with the crowd because even when it's time to freestyle, they know it's going somewhere. it's like they start hanging on, to his words to see where he's going, where he's cooking, man. So, so I mean, I think Trez won that battle pretty clearly for me.
I gotta be honest. I felt that was a little underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I was really looking forward to see Fate have get some more of a breakout performance. He talked about his material probably being one of his best so far this year. And personally, I like some of his King of That performances more. Him throwing the glasses was comedy, but giving an object to a freestyler is like it's like battle rap 101 don't do, right? Like the Chef Trust grabbed the
That's a
glasses.
mistake. That's a mistake.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chef Trust grabbed the glasses and just pulled a whole vet move and didn't even really have a crazy rebuttal. Just gave everybody something to cheer for. Like if you're in the building, you're enjoying what Chef Trust did. And I'm looking forward to see if Fate could learn, I guess, how to like command the room a little bit more, right? Because content, he's good. He's a good puncher, he's a good lyricist. He can rap well. There's something about the command, like where I feel like everybody was all the way in tune. Maybe something's going on in the venue. Like people were talking in the background, there's noises, there's airplanes and all that shit. But when he rapped and then when Chef Trust rapped, I saw a difference as far as like just being able to command and have all the attention focused on you. Do you guys feel the same way?
Oh no,
Well,
absolutely, definitely.
yeah, well, Chef, he's more of a veteran than Fate is, so I think just that experience level, being on that stage, probably gave him the edge on that. And Chef Trez is very slept on, man. Like he really is one of the best, in my opinion. And I just wish that he wouldn't kind of have his one foot in, one foot out of battle rap kind of mentality. I would love to see him just go 100% at it and really like go for like a champion of the year type of run. Like I think he has that in him.
Sue's surf voice is just like basketball. Like I felt with Fate, it was just like he had good material, but it was just like dribbling with your head down.
Mm.
But with Chef Chaz, like
Yo, that's a bar.
he's so comfortable with it
Yeah, that
that
was great.
he doesn't even have to look down. Like he could go behind the back, he could pivot, he could cross over. It's just like natural to him. Like he could play around with things and then come back to it. To Fate, it kind of felt like, even though I felt like Fate won, it was just like everything is scripted. I'm gonna say this. Anything that happens in the venue doesn't matter because I'm just focused on this material. But you see your A.wards and your Chef Trez is there. They're okay with talking about what's happening in the background because they've had so many battles and they have a better handle of their craft. No pun intended.
Salute, comedian. How did you feel about the event overall?
It's hard. It's hard to get a good gauge on it because it was every effing buffer. So I like.
Yeah, the lagging was so
It was
annoying.
difficult. I liked it overall. I liked A.ward versus Geechi. I thought that was good. Snake Eyes versus Hennyman was super underwhelming because I recently watched a Hennyman rant about how no one's taking him seriously as a battle rapper, and I was like, oh, he's gonna cook Snake Eyes because of this, and yeah, it was hard to watch.
Oh my goodness.
The hardest thing was the shove, like in the second round, right?
I think so. I'm trying to think of the other battles.
What'd you think of
I th-
Sharon and
I thought it
Oops?
was good, but I don't know I don't know if you guys feel the same way as I might. I felt like, do you guys feel like they were both pandering to the crowd?
I,
Like they
I
were.
want to say this real quick about Oops, man. Like he doesn't have to lean so heavily on the race angle, bro. Like I get it, he's white, and I get it. Like right, white people, some of them are racist, but like I'm really getting tired of that at this point. Like at what point in battle rap are we gonna move past that angle?
I thought Sharon's third round was. I thought both their third rounds were crazy, but I felt like Sharon's was a little bit crazier. The one about the different tiers, and I think it was in the second round. He was talking about like being in like the airport or whatever, and the terminals of cancer. But yeah, Sharon went. That was a really good battle. I enjoyed that battle at Sharon 2-1. But I could see how someone could have Oops 2-1 as well.
Go ahead on face. Raise your hand.
Yeah, actually, I have something to say about Oops and Sharon. Because the thing is, I've in the space earlier when we were talking, I was wondering, oh, like if you have things that make you stand out, or like if you're a little more like diverse in your background, or just have something different to you and you're going into a battle rap, isn't it gonna be more prone and easier for your opponents to literally trash you? So in that one, I was thinking like, yeah, totally. Like me asking that question was so valid because like, oops, I feel like he took the opportunity, like every opportunity, every chance, but I think he just did that because he was in a battle with Sharon, and I did like a little bit of research because when he started saying like things about Canada, I was like, oh wait, is he actually Canadian? When he started like mentioning politics, I was like, wait, was he actually like involved in that world as well? So it's like, all right, he is so diverse, but on the opposite end of the stick, like, oops, totally shot on him, right? Like, I don't know, I haven't seen Oops perform many times before tonight. So, I mean, it's not like I know that he would always like use the whole race thing, but regardless, like if you're watching it for the first time, it was like, I don't know. I don't know, what do you
I
guys
feel like
think?
the race angle, like, it's there. It's always going to be there because racism is always going to be alive. So it is going to always be relevant. It can hit. It's the execution of it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give beat at this angle in front of Sharon, it's the exact same angle, but probably an entirely different outcome. I just don't feel like Oops is that he's too slow paced sometimes. Like he's not all the way there. Like he cannot execute the way Sharon can. And Sharon is a fantastic counter writer. So like he knows what you're about to say to him.
Especially considering someone like Sharon has heard this angle like countless times since we've started watching him in battle rap. So when we're coming into this battle, especially for us who have watched battle rap for a while, like it just gets tiring, man. It really does.
Well, also on the other side of it, you could say that if it's kind of getting tired of, say, someone talking about Sharon's race, you could say it's tiring that Sharon could kind of like play to the crowd, like, hey, if I mention Rittenhouse or if I mention Derek Chauvin, they're gonna go crazy about that because they might not expect me to say that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. A white boy's taking shotgun to school, all that, those type of
Or it's
bars,
like,
like,
yeah, like
yeah,
white people don't season, so I'd put everything on Frank's. It's just like that's just
yeah,
pandering to the crowd. So
yeah,
they're both using cheat codes against each other.
yeah, you're right.
Yo, fellas, let me keep the roulette moving here. I got a couple more speakers. Whirling, thanks for tapping in, bro. It's love all day, every day.
Oh, absolutely, bro. You the GOAT.
Salute, bro. Salute. Diallo, man, appreciate you also for tapping in. I'll put you in as a listener, so I'll bring in some more speakers. Appreciate that, bro. What's up,
All right, thanks, man.
my man? Faze, I know it's your first time, so I'll keep you around. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get familiar with everything.
Oh no, it's fine. You can drop me as well. I'm gonna head to bed. I just want to say
Yeah, you
thanks
know
for
what? You know
having
what?
me
You're
speak
absolutely right.
and be
The
here.
sun is out. You've been up since 1 a.m. You deserve some sleep.
Yeah, thank you so
Facts.
much. All
Appreciate
right,
that. Let's
see
bring in
ya.
my man
Bye.
AR Cash
Thank you.
in here, and then we also bring in my man permanent guest. I'll let AR Cash set it off, man. AR Cash, you're now tapped in. What up, though?
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Can't call it, man. We just got off Monopoly. Here we are, bro.
It was good.
What up?
Man,
What up, permanent guest?
I was taking a lot of flack in EFM. I was taking a lot of flack in the chat for the past couple of months as this battle's been brewing. I've been saying that A.ward, if he come in great, it's going to be a different show. And we seen what he brought, and it was amazing. And I'm really proud of Royalty. Royalty did his thing today. Unfortunate for Truffaut, the stumbles and the chokes. We was rooting for Truffaut too, but that was a great Royalty did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. So I'm really happy right now.
What did you think of the main event?
You want me to call it by rounds or just if I liked it or not?
Just give me everything you thought about it. I want to hear everything you thought.
All right, so I've been talking obviously to people at EFM and around Twitter, and I've been saying that battle rappers, they try to talk at Geechi Gotti, but they don't talk to Geechi Gotti. Like, they don't talk specifically to him. As far as the Grambling thing, like, that's known, but nobody ever talked about it, right? They always try to like out crip him or something, like out gangster him or tell him how he's stupid for being a gangster. But nobody ever talks to him, like talk about he's a league owner. That's what A.ward talked about. He talked about him going to Grambling. He talked about other things as well. And those things resonated because he rapped it well with me. And I felt like the battle was like the first round, I couldn't call it. It was 1-1 to me. That was very far around. The second round, I had Geechi Gotti. And then the third, I'm maybe edging it to A.ward. But I got to rewatch the battle again. But it was fire.
It was an incredible battle, man. Let's get permanent guests to chime in. What you thought of the main event, my friend?
Hey, it was good, y'all. Stumble of the night goes to the stream, man. I mean, I've never seen a battle like that in my life, or an event, I should say. And things happen, but it just seemed a little off. The venue changes from one day to the next, and then you have all these connection issues. And so I can't call a lot of the battles because I legitimately missed quite a few lines. But as far as the main event itself, man, neither battler really played to their strengths. I think that's what lost Geechi the whole battle. Yeah, I edged A.ward the first and the third.
Surprised. All right.
Look, Geechi's not an angler. He doesn't have a crazy pen. He doesn't have crazy angles against people besides Tay Rock. That's one, but he's a puncher. And he went in and he tried to do an angle and that fell flat. And I think he kind of lost where he was going with it because he kind of did the freestyle thing he did against Calico and the whole momentum just lost for him. So yeah, I had A.ward edging 2-1.
Did you think at any moment in the battle, all right, Geechi's done enough to create the illusion. I don't even want to say illusion. Illusion is kind of disrespectful. I'll say the optics of him looking like he is completely in control of this battle.
If we're talking about like the totality of things, including the crowd, from the first round, that's what it would look like. But if you took away that crowd reaction, I don't really think there was much that he said that was crazy. And so I'm not like, yeah, there was gas and all. Some of those lines were good and he was punching, but like you got to react in proportion to how the bar was. And so, like I said, if you're just going off the energy in the room, it would feel like he was in control of that. But just bar for bar, it didn't really seem like either had real control of it.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not going front, man. Geechi had a lot, man. Pearly Gates, Sea of Jesus, gave you a +1. The casket mint condition, metal kick. Wayne had obviously the shepherd's pie. Like he was really at every effing bar. Honestly, what you think, AR? I see you feel the same way. Yeah, both disagree. I'm actually curious to hear your responses to each other.
Yeah, well, I honestly feel like Geechi did have a great angle in a third about his brother. And, A.ward talked in his rounds like he's 4 years sober, but it didn't matter. That angle was crazy, and it was a good angle. It actually revitalized his third. So that angle was good. And Geechi does angle. I think that was a bad take, but Geechi does angle. He angled against a lot of battle rappers. But for this particular battle, that angle did work. It actually brought him back in the third, made the third more debatable because it was kind of falling off. But Geechi did his thing. It wasn't a bad Geechi Gotti or a good Geechi. Geechi was great. It was two great battle rappers. It was great. I just got to rewatch the battle to make an official call.
Man, Geechi said to pull that back on A.ward and put like, 4 years sober with this clean body, you'll be right at home. Like how he did it, and that would have brought something out, but he didn't think of it right at the top of his head.
Yo,
I felt like Geechi's third was super drawn out, a lot of dry spots, and A.ward was cooking in the third. I'm not sure if that Sonny Liston bar was crazy. The Marcus
Aurelius line.
the Aurelius line was crazy, and yeah, to answer Francis' question, the first 2 rounds it felt like he had control of the crowd because obviously he's on the West. But on the third, it felt like he was losing it, like the crowd wasn't giving him what they were giving him in the first and second. And actually, I think A.ward got more reaction from the crowd on the third, in the third round. So yeah, I don't even think the third is close.
Yo, let me ask you 3 out of this. Maybe I'm tripping, but did Geechi out rebuttal A.ward in that battle?
He did. I think A.ward purposely tried not to rebuttal as much. I think he did 2 rebuttals or 1.
I mean, as far as the rebuttals, there's an art to it, and there are about like 5 to 7 battle rappers that can do it well, and they were kind of lazy rebuttals, to be honest with me. I don't really think he out rebuttaled him, and I think A.ward purposely, like the other guy just said, he didn't do it because he thought it would fall flat with the crowd. Like if they weren't giving him anything, he can have a fire rebuttal, but it would just cut into his time. So he tried to play like more the hard angle to the crowd.
I guess that makes sense because when Lush was talking, A.ward just interrupted him. But to play to A.ward's strengths, it just would have made more sense to let Geechi go first. So yeah, maybe you're probably right. He didn't want to focus on rebuttals as much, even though he he didn't rebuttal Geechi, but he rebutted the room in the first round with the steel chair.
That was incredible.
That was crazy.
That moment was just like
that was fire.
That's where like I was kind of wanting from that battle the most. If there's one thing that I will say that the battle didn't give to me was the fact that like A.ward is such a great rebuttaler, but more importantly, such a fast rebuttaler. Like he's in the middle of his round, he stopped, made that bar in like less than 3 seconds, and got right back into place. Only like 2 other people can do that.
That was kind of the thing I was talking about before with like Chef Trez, where it's just like a natural dribbler. Like you saw A.ward have his line he already written, make it rhyme with the rebuttal, run the previous line back, and then go back to his written. That was crazy, and he did it in just like an instant. Like it was like a Thanos snap. The chair fell, and just immediately. That was super impressive.
Yeah.
What?
And that Marcus scheme is going to look really good on a replay.
Yeah.
On a playback. That's what I'm saying. Like A.ward went crazy.
What other battles stood out to you guys today?
I'd say Sharon Oops.
Fire. Yeah, Sharon was incredible.
Royalty, even though it was pretty one-sided, but Royalty's Kobe line going out in court with 60. Oh my god!
Yeah, he really might. You might be able to argue he had bar of the night. Like that was really insane.
Yeah, that was probably bar of the night.
Yeah, I think he wrote that and was just like, "Ooh, I got one." Like whatever round I use this, I'm definitely not losing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think the interesting thing was when I think it was Friday or Thursday when we had one of these spaces, and then Truffaut and Royalty were just having kind of like a mini face-off. Royalty was like, if you don't win the first, you're going to get 30, and then that's what happened.
That's crazy.
That was crazy too.
Yep. It's like he told the future, man. The dude's crazy.
So I mean, I know he's on URL, and a lot of like these performances away from URL doesn't really dictate a lot of like what's his next move. But what do you guys want to see next from Royalty now? Like, what's the radar? What's the kind of like matches that you kind of like want to see him against? Because respect to the commentators, like, you know, they were proposing some wild matches all night long. I don't want to get too deep into it. They did a solid job, but but it's not easy when you're just talking all for 5-6 hours straight. You just start rambling at some point. But who's a battle that want to see Royalty in the near future?
Like you said, he contracted by URL, so I just want to see if they have a Ultimate Madness 5. I want to see him in a tournament. Like just see him go on 2 weeks prep back to back like he did in the Crucible, right? So, so I would like to see him with a
different opponents every 2 weeks to see his pen get better. Because he only been battling for a year and a half.
Right.
So to put him in front of like a J. Krug or an established battle rapper, I don't think like that would be smart right now.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Although I don't want to rain on his parade when I say this, but I always get just a little concerned when people have dominant wings like this and their opponent didn't like hit them back, right? Like at no point was Royalty under pressure or did he get punched in the mouth in the battle, right? Like he didn't taste any blood. So when somebody finally is competitive with him, that's when you'll really see what he's made of.
Exactly. And then if he start like knocking opponents off left and right, then when he gets that big plate, it's just going to be, living up to the standard, right? So I feel what you're saying on that.
I was thinking if we're talking like KOTD, I want to see him against someone like Saint, like someone that brings that skill set. But for URL, I want to see him match up with Piranha. That would be a great matchup.
DG Piranha?
Oh, you said Geechi?
No. Who'd you say? Who'd you say?
You said Piranha or DG Piranha?
No, Piranha versus Royalty.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one, man. I'm not going front. I like that one. Let's bring in somebody else on the roulette speaker here. We got my man D Omen. I know my man was over in the caffeine chat and pulled up now in the Twitter Spaces. What up, bro?
Hey, what's poppin', man?
Hey, I can't call.
How y'all tonight?
I can't call it, man. You've been hearing everything all night. How people been talking about Geechi and Ward. You have your opinion. We want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I mean, like, do y'all want me to be politically correct or honest?
Listen, you can say all the things that I can't say, so say everything that you want to say because I can't say them. So
okay, that's fire. Bet. So check. So if I'm politically correct, then I got it. Ward, debatable, incredible battle, great rematch, right? But if I'm being honest, I got Ward edging every single round.
Damn.
Wow.
Yo.
Because here's the thing, man.
Would you be able to say that if you were in Compton? Like, would you probably stand by that statement in Compton?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I would.
I respect it.
I would. And here's the thing, man. I think we have to really look at, because I haven't really heard too much of this tonight. We have to really look at what A.ward stood against. And this is why A.ward was so smart in picking this battle. He didn't pick it, but in Compton, he said yes to it because he knew how it would look come tonight. Like, the thing about it is, all he had to stand in front of, Geechi rematch in Compton. Geechi just came off of Lux. It's just so many intangibles for him to come with the performance he did tonight. That might have been the best A.ward we've seen tonight. It's quiet as fuck.
No. I'm
I had to think about it, and I don't want to. I don't think it was the best.
What was a better A.ward than that?
The A.ward is still superior to that.
I'm about to say A.ward RBE. That was a
like,
good
A.ward. But that's like the
highest
version.
That was
an
incredible
like,
A.ward.
sure.
But we're talking about Geechi, Gotti, and Compton.
Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I'm on the same page. I'm thinking that's like. So if we're gonna say top 5 A.wards, that's top 5 A.wards.
I really think it's a top 3 A.ward.
I don't know about that.
I won't argue against that.
What other battles?
Look, I watch his smaller battles, and so
if you're talking this year, like it's a top 3 war. If you're talking his career, like
yes, just this year, just this year. That's clearly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, if just this year, then you're right. Like that's definitely his top 3 maybe even his top 2 performances. To be honest with you,
I don't know. I had the Lou better.
Let's also talk about. I don't want to cut nobody off. I'm just talking, like, we really got to give A.ward his props on this, man. Like, we really do. Like, he really deserves his flowers for his performance. How comfortable he was in that room.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was crazy. Like he was at a home game.
Seriously. Like, and much respect to Geechi. Geechi was really good tonight as well. Even though he was getting gassed to the heavens, he was really, really good. I had Geechi clearly winning this battle before it happened because I'm like everyone else, how can A.ward win the battle in Compton on a rematch against Geechi Gotti? Like, how is this possible? But
I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front. Like, this is nothing new as far as A.ward's career. He's loved doing the road game warrior stuff. Like, he battled O-Red in Jersey. He's battled Bill Collector in Pennsylvania. He battled Ilmac in the West. He's been in, I would honestly say, some environments that were more hostile than the setting that we saw today. But nonetheless, like, I'm kind of not shocked by it. That's why I'm not giving it its flowers, only because I know A.ward is elite. He's one of the best battle rappers in the world. I'm not somebody that thinks.
So
I know.
if we're not,
I'm not saying you.
so if we're
I'm not saying you. But like, I know people who will
right,
say, "Well, he's not on
right.
one of the major leagues yet, so we don't know." And
So
it's
if
like,
we're not shocked by that, why are we shocked that Geechi Gotti beat Lux when his last battle was Surf?
I personally wasn't shocked. I picked Geechi to win. I personally wasn't shocked, and in fact,
So why is that such a big point in Geechi's Champion of the Year conversation?
I think there's better points in that battle. Truthfully, like, people try to make that battle like a generational shift. In my head, I'm like, I don't really feel like this changed anything, because before this battle, I felt like everything that we're saying about Geechi was relevant, and afterwards, it doesn't really
Right.
it doesn't overly solidify it. His Loaded Lux battle is not a top 3 Geechi in my opinion. I
Exactly.
feel like I've still seen better Geechis this year compared to that as well. Even on the app, like, that battle is not as high as rated as anything else, and it'll be an indication of
Exactly.
it. It's just,
And
it's a big paper anomaly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, beating Loaded Lux in that fashion
exactly
is a great thing to have on paper, but
and
quality
it's easy,
performances.
and it's easily for something to say for someone to easily give it to Geechi as Champion of the Year as well, instead of giving it to A.ward.
I wouldn't go as far as to say A.ward is the champion of the year, though. You know, like,
I don't know about that.
He
I
is.
think we're looking
He
at
is.
I think we're looking at an O-Red Tay Rock first
I
Champion
you
of the
know,
Year situation with this year.
I'll let the two of you make the case. Then we got my man Fate up in here, so we're also gonna Fate to chop it up about his battle. So go ahead. I'll let both of y'all set it off. Tell me about this A.ward champion of the year case, please.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'll start it, man. December 11th, last battle of the year. That's going to be 23 battles in 1 year with only one clear loss and fire material everywhere. And you can say all this, it doesn't matter in the league. I put this on Reddit when they were talking about URLs, the NBA. Look, battle rap is about bars and competition. It doesn't matter if you're whatever league you're in, whatever parking lot you're in. It's the material you bring to it, no matter who your opponent is. You can't play defense. So if we have somebody that's that consistent throughout the whole year, it's probably doubled or not tripled the battles that Geechi has done. I don't know how you can just say somebody else is the champion over that kind of run.
Because it's not.
Wait. I'm sorry, Wasala. Let Dioman also add on to his case.
Okay.
I agree with him. I don't know why you want me. I ain't gonna lie about shit, bro. I'm just gonna be real.
No, I thought you had different points than his point, so I thought you wanted to add on to it.
Well, I mean, my other point is that Geechi didn't even win the tournament. They split the money. The judges never made an official decision.
All right, so if we're gonna count the Geechi Gotti and Rum Nitty as a loss, like, we also got to be 100% transparent with ourselves. Nobody lost that battle. You know what I'm saying? They both walked away completely
So
victorious.
who won the tournament? Because they're both getting credit for it, and that's impossible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Realistically, like, we know what's going on with this battle, bro. Like, these are two of the same guys in the same team. They clicked up, right? They got to the finals.
Right.
It wasn't going to be something where somebody walks away as a clear winner. The battle's super debatable regardless. So nobody's taking a real loss, like a stock loss, from saying they lost that battle. Both stocks gone up.
Of course not.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
both got $75,000.
I can't use that battle as a negative towards Geechi Gotti's
Hey,
case.
but can I cut in though real quick? I just want to make that point. If you have a debatable with Rum Nitty, you have a debatable with Calico. Like, those definitely aren't two clear wins. How can we give you a champion of the year based off of, like, two of your biggest battles are debatables at the end of the day?
Why are you guys also skipping over that A.ward got 30 by Excel this year, and he also has a debatable Rosenberg Raw, who's not at the level of any of the guys.
Oh no, I said that. I said one clear loss.
Excel won.
You know
Excel
what I mean?
got him.
But
you had 22 other battles.
Yeah, but a lot of those are one rounds against amateurs that, like, let's be honest, man. Like, how much weight am I supposed to give to that? How much rank am I supposed to give to him battling one round?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it holds. I don't really hold any validity to me, because, like, what can I do with this? Like, what? I mean, it's great for his pockets. It's great for his work ethic is great for his fans to see him across the country. But if I'm talking about like ranking this guy, like he's battling amateurs. He's doing what exactly he's supposed to do.
But he's bringing material that would beat any. He 3-0 Lou Castro, and so he's bringing that kind of material.
He's got quality wins. I think for 100% fact, A.ward is up there to be over Geechi this year.
Excel isn't an amateur. Excel could beat a Geechi Gotti. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, but he didn't battle Excel for one round. I'm talking about his one rounders. I don't call Excel an amateur. I'm talking about all his one rounders. Do you know what? Do you know all his one round battles? Are you familiar with Zicho the Great? Are you familiar with Jermaine Concerns? Are you familiar with Jay Black with 2Ks, not the Jay Black from Champion? Like
Jermaine was 3 rounds. So was Zicho.
Because it's viewed more favorably that Geechi beat Lux in front of Drake on the Drake card than A.ward beating Calico in front of a garage. You see what I'm saying? Not Calico.
Right. Arsenal.
So it's not all. It's if it was just kind of strictly the purest bar sense, then Champion of the Year would look a lot differently, and a lot of the bigger battlers would look a lot differently. But
truthfully, like at some point too, like I'm about quality and efficiency. Like that's why I have A.ward up so high. I do agree with y'all. He's been putting out quality material for the amount of ridiculous volume he's had. But so does Danny Myers. Danny Myers battles at this volume too, and I would argue Danny Myers is probably more at 100% than A.ward is more times than not. And I don't ever really hear the same conversation for Danny. Really, truth be told.
I mean, that's not bad.
You know what I mean?
And Danny is 13. Danny is 13-1, and the one is the real sick battle that he had, where obviously he forfeited.
That was horrible.
But still, it was a saying that he never lost a round. At that point it was 11 battles in.
That was June.
Danny Myers, I think that was June. Yeah.
Danny Myers real sick. Yeah, that was June.
Yeah. But for the A.ward and Geechi Gotti thing, so Geechi Gotti and Rum Nitty, that's actually was a judge battle. They're going to announce the winner at Champion of the Year, but it's one judge that didn't announce it. It's going to go to Geechi Gotti. So they're going to say
Champion of the Year in like January and February. Like, does that matter?
Yeah, January.
I'm not going to front. I do wish they were a little bit more responsible with the tournament because it is history still. Like, we need to crown a winner. But in the realistic scope of what's happening, there's 150 Crips outside. Nobody's gonna announce a winner and ruin the moment for both these guys, right? like no one's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Let both these guys be happy. They got an extra $25,000 that they weren't expecting to get. Like, no one wants to ruin that moment. Nobody wants to be that guy in the moment. You know what I mean?
There isn't anywhere where you could say Geechi clearly lost. So without any clear losses, and a lot of them are debatable, and his fans will debate it to a 2-1, and have the battle with Nitty where he won $75,000 in front of Drake, then beating Lux in front of Drake, then battling A.ward, which is you can also make it debatable, on his own league, and then battling Dre Dennis at the end. You'll be hard pressed not to give it to Geechi.
Yeah, even though a lot of Geechi's just done too much. Forget all the milestones along the way as well, and then he does have the.
I don't know.
He has the debatables. But again,
I don't know about all that. That's not what they said when they gave it to O.red over Tay-Rock. So I ain't doing that.
I feel you, but that was the first installment of it, and we're 5 years removed from the first experiment of what that panel would be like. So I
understand.
I can't use that. I can't use that 27.
The fact still remains. We need A.ward on URL.
Oh, of course. You know, that's no one's gonna say no to that. Only person say no to that is A.ward. Literally.
No, but we know why. Let's not act crazy.
Do we really know why? Let's hear you assume why.
I'm not assuming anything. A.ward knows exactly where he is right now. He just arguably beat the best battle rapper in the world.
But why do you think the reason he's not on URL?
Again, for the second time.
So why doesn't he want to be on URL?
Yeah, what's the reason?
Well, from what we all know, they don't want to pay him.
That's not true.
So what is it?
So there you go. You don't know what it is. So that's why I'm telling you guys we can't always.
I don't think anyone knows what it is, but the fact of the matter is,
I will tell you what it is because I have the reports on it. All right, he's been offered T-Top for volume. He declined it. He couldn't do it because he accepted the Nestle battle. He was also offered another battle down the line after that he needed to sign a 2-year contract for, which he did not want to do. Originally, he
which
was
makes sense.
already locked in to do a 2-year contract with Twerk, but we all know about the car accident situation. So there has been
Exactly.
multiple battles that has been locked in, offered that he declined. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And he was being compensated for it.
Yeah.
Don't let the narrative of these battles are free or they don't want to pay him. That's not happening in 2022. They know how talented this guy is, but he also knows how special he is, and he's this.
Now,
Well, all right then.
No, I think it makes
You know what I mean? Like
A.ward versus T-Top on a volume might not be.
do you understand? Like he had Nestle at the top of the year and said, you know what? I'm gonna stay committed.
oh no, I know exactly
I'm
what
staying
you're
committed to
saying.
this.
I'm just
I'm staying
saying,
committed to this Nestle battle.
no.
I can't accept T-Top on volume. Anybody on paper would say, wait, why are you taking Nestle over T-Top when that's offered? You know what I'm saying? Like there has been pure offers that he's declined. That well, people hear this like, wait, why did you decline it? But it makes sense to him at the time.
Hey,
But this,
Right, timing and him being a man of his word, it's things like that
exactly,
go into play.
exactly.
you know what I'm saying. So
He's loyal to the
the
small
money thing
league
is
still.
not a true story. It's not a true story.
But
It
His
was at,
biggest,
it was at,
his
it was
biggest.
at first because after the Twerk battle, they offered him real sick and they didn't want to pay him.
I think initially people were saying that URL said that A.ward had to do a PG, but P said that's not the case on the Upstairs Boys radio show.
Right.
I think it just makes more like, let's say A.ward battles T-Top on a volume, that's probably not going to be the headlining card. So A.ward is probably going to make more headlining for a max out card or headlining against Geechi Gotti than he would being pretty much a non-headliner on URL.
It just has to make sense.
Or
It
getting
just has to make sense. He wants his debut to be special.
It's crazy. A.ward
Right.
in the chat right now.
And another thing is that I want to say in regards to Champion of the Year, and y'all saying that Geechi's done too much. What about the content? What are we judging it off of? Because it's a whole rake system. Like if you're judging the greatest rapper of all time, if you're judging the greatest basketball player of all time, there's different lanes and different routes that you judge, and you say he checks impact, he checks sales, he checks skills, he checks radio play. Like it's different things that you check. So it's like, what are we going to check when it comes to content, when it comes to Geechi and A.ward, if that's the case? Because I would edge A.ward in that conversation.
I know Champion has a actual list of attributes for each judge to go through each battle rapper that's up for a Champion of the Year. And I know 2-on-2s get frowned upon, and 1-rounders are frowned upon as well.
Frowned upon is I won't say frowned upon. They're just not as held in the same light as a one-on-one.
But also, if you
Right.
say impact, Geechi beat Lux in front of Drake and then was on No Jumper afterwards. I don't think any other battle rapper has been on No Jumper.
I think Murder Mook was on. All right, yeah, never mind.
But there's that's impact. Like him being on the billboard for Caffeine, that's impact.
And the one thing about material, I agree with you. Like if you say A.ward has better content for the year, I'm not going to argue with that. But that's extremely subjective. Like I can't automatically say Geechi has better content or A.ward has better content. That's a complete washout. That's a debate. A lot of the other categories, I don't feel like there's debates. Like impact, there's no debate. Schedule, there's no debate. A couple other ones, there's no debate. So like when you start to really do all the checkpoints and you see the margins, you're like, all right.
Schedule is no debate. Come on, KCJ,
man.
bro, stop it.
Hold on, are we serious? Are you serious? What about DNA, Math, the 2-on-2? Obviously,
Math?
Nitty,
Did you just say Math,
Calico?
bro?
All right, man. We're gonna
We can't do
in
that.
2021, bro. Stop.
Math.
I don't think
I'm taking a Math battle over Zitro the Great and Patron and the Kid Clutch all combined.
Math can't even get a goods battle.
You know what I mean? I'm not, but
I
a good battle is hard. He only battles like twice a year.
It don't matter. Math is a legend. He should be able to get a goods battle.
Have you heard Geechi's last 4 battles? Rum Nitty, Calico, Loaded Lux, A.ward. That's a better schedule than what A.ward has done this year. I'm sorry.
Hey, let's talk real though.
I mean,
who has the better pen?
The rematch A.ward, I guess.
Pen is subjective. I just said writing material content. That's subjective.
It's really not, because when we're talking about Geechi, we're talking about persona. Really, everybody likes the gangster persona, the believability. When you talk about pen, you talk about freestyling ability, rebuttals, angles. One of them is clearly better than the other, and people don't want to admit that, but that's just the truth of it. And so I get when popularity is one thing, but as far as who's the better battle rapper overall, it's definitely A.ward.
I
But
think you're talking
And here's
about battle
another.
raps. I think you're talking about battle rap skills. When you
Yeah.
talk about a pen, you're talking about actually who you are as a rapper and how you're able to project that to an audience.
No,
So, for
that's
instance,
not a pen is literally your writing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you write, right? You wrote this, so Easy to Block Captain writes for Easy to Block Captain style. He doesn't write like a Loaded Lux style, and
Correct.
then he has to project what he wrote out to that crowd. That's how we know he has a pen because we are listening to what he wrote.
I don't know, man,
I
because
think
like
the rebuttals and freestyle are skills. Like that's like an intangible, like something on your tool belt.
no, but no, a pen is. I'll give you a good
What's that?
example. Emerson Kennedy, he has a pen, but he does not have delivery, and so like when you talk about delivery and performance, that's everything. But the pen itself is the writing and the content.
That's a good point. And I would also say that this Geechi and A.ward rematch was low key the battle for champion of the year.
no, it's not.
Y'all can
No,
agree.
it's not.
Agree.
Absolutely not.
No, it's not.
Then
Absolutely
then
not.
who is two if Geechi is one?
Did he?
You
Who?
don't have Rum Nitty as number two.
I got
Yeah,
Rum Nitty.
he
I
won.
got
Nitty's
Rum.
Rum
one.
Nitty.
He's one.
Hold on,
The
guys.
consensus.
Rum Nitty is
Hold on,
one, bro.
hold on, y'all.
Dog.
Let me go ahead and mute everybody real quick. Let me go ahead and bring in my man Andres, man, from Genius. I really fucks with this guy. I really respect a lot of his work. Want to bring him into the roulette and all that. Andres, what up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
What's the word, my brother, man? It's good to hear from you. What up?
It's dope to tune in. It's dope to tune in. But I just thought it was interesting. Somebody said the pen, and then they said freestyling. And those are like opposites. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's interesting to hear what people think when they say somebody's pen. Uh, I'd love to hear more about like the content that they want from people and the substance that they want from people. And I just wanted to flag that I think that the rebuttaling and the freestyling, that's a whole different side of it. That's like almost the opposite of the pen. You know, you can have pen qualities within your freestyle, I guess, but the pen is written, the freestyle is off top. Those are kind of
No,
two
no, no.
different
Can
things.
I jump in real
That's a
quick? No,
They
fact.
can
because
be
just
there can be some overlap, but those are not the same
All
thing.
right.
We're talking about what's written versus what's off the
no,
head.
that's not what I said.
Go
I
ahead, Tom.
said
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
talking about the attributes. I said he has a better pen and freestyling and rebuttal.
Okay,
And
got you,
yeah,
got you,
so
got you, got you. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. But other than that, I would love to know what people think about what they want out of a content, what they want out of the pen. That's always been fascinating to me, like how fans view it. Because I think that's subjective, like my man said, and so I'd love to know what everybody thinks about that.
look,
I personally feel like it's authenticity. So whatever you wrote and what you're projecting, it's believable. Even if it's intricate or if it's simple, long as it's believable, that makes me believe that you have a good pen because you can take the time to write something that I can, even if I have to watch it back, that when I watch it, I'm like, man, that's real, or that makes sense, or that was witty. That's what I believe a pen is. Some people believe a pen is how intricate a bar or a scheme was, like how you use so many of these words to make something sound good. To my opinion, is it believable? Does it make sense?
Exactly.
look, my ideal pen is somebody like the Charlie Clips, like something that's witty and clever, like something I have to think about. Because if we're just praising like the simple punches, what have you, Cassidy is the best battle rapper. I mean, let's keep it real. So
I'd actually argue that Clips is a little bit more simplistic, but I get what you're trying to say. I also feel like being digestible matters as well because it's so you can have all this like these layers of like codes and Rubik's cubes of lyrics, right? But if I cannot digest it, it doesn't translate. The audience is not grasping it. Like, what's the use of it? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I feel like that was like a struggle Loaded Lux had against Geechi. That's a struggle a lot of the pen guys that still haven't really hit a high level of battle rap struggle with because like you read what these guys are saying, you read their bars, you're like, these motherfuckers are amazing. But it's not battle read, it's battle rap. Like there needs to be some execution to it, and
Yeah,
that's where I feel like the subjectivity between their two contents, like they're two different guys, bro. Like if I take somebody from
Right.
Compton and I ask him Geechi or A.ward, whose content resonates more with them, like what are they gonna say? And then if I ask
definitely.
somebody, if I ask somebody from New York that probably isn't in the streets but is just in the hood, like who do you like better? They might like people that Woody, like might people like A.ward, but the execution between the two of those guys is it's not that far off. But again, like we're seeing today, like I was shocked. Geechi might have out rebutted A.ward. So like even going toe to toe, like
Mm-hmm.
you can have the better skills, but in that moment, the other person execute better. So like,
Right. And I would say, as far as Lux, just to speak on what you said about Penn, I just think Lux's problem is that he's not conditioned enough. I think Lux is more than just a Penn at this point. He's just not conditioned enough for this new battle rap crowd.
Yeah, he need a software update. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, quantum physics too. He's for me the best pen in battle rap, but he's not getting booked for a reason.
I think Daylight's the best pen in battle rap. Quill.
yeah.
Best Penn, I don't know about that, but Daylight would definitely beat the shit out of Lux for sure right now.
Wow. All right. That's a pivot right there. I ain't mad at that though. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I don't think no one would disagree with
I mean,
that.
from the sample size we just recently seen, right? Like you're right to have that opinion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nah, man. But
Hey, I appreciate the time, man. I'll let someone else jump in for me, but thanks for bringing me up here.
Salute to you, permanent guest. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate the debate. You know what I'm saying? The pushback. I mean, A.ward's my man. You know what I'm saying? I think A.ward deserves all the respect in the world. He's definitely a top 2, 3, 4 contender this year. I just don't feel like before this battle we were saying. I don't feel like before this battle we were saying he had a better year than Geechi. The battle's probably super debatable. I'm not mad if you have Ward winning, but like this helps Geechi's case more than hurts, in my opinion. I feel like it helps both their cases in certain
It all
ways.
depends on how you look
You
at
know what I mean? I feel like it helps both their
it.
cases in certain ways. Like I feel like nobody really. It's I know it's weird, right, to say like nobody really walks away as a loser because we're trying to crown somebody, we're trying to be competitive in battle rap, but there's no real winners and losers. Ultimately, performance is king. A good performance outweighs everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I
So
can point to many wins against big names where the performance was and you
right.
know
So I guess the biggest question the biggest question is now is, do we want to see a third battle?
not anytime soon, but I don't know. I feel like this kind of was their third battle, truthfully. I know they battled the 2-on-2. People don't kind of count it, but I counted that because they both won an award that year. They both were at their prime that year. Like, he got his second champion of the year. A.ward got battle of the year, king of the dot, and they stood toe-to-toe again. And in that year, put on one of the best battles. And this battle right here, like, I wouldn't surprise to see it on the top 10 battle list of the year. Like, this was a really good battle. I can't wait to watch it again.
I agree.
Feel me, man? Man, I appreciate you, man. We go ahead and bring in some more speakers on the roulette, man. Salute to you, bro, for tapping in and all that.
Salute, man. Y'all have a good night, man.
Good dialogue and all that. Salute. And my man AR Cash, salute to you too, bro. And go ahead and give you a follow. Appreciate you pulling up on us, all right?
Oh, no problem, bro.
Good rest of your night, my brother. Andres, man, did you get a chance to watch Geechi and A.ward?
No, I actually just got home. And I saw what everybody was talking about. I was like, that's why I tuned in, because I was like, I want to know what everybody's saying about this battle. But I'm gonna definitely watch the battle soon. But I wanted to hear what people thought just immediately. You know what I mean? As I do the dishes. But no, thank you for saying what you said, because I agree with what you're saying about the pen and how it's subjective. And also, I think sometimes we, as fans, overshadow certain aspects of a rapper's arsenal. You know what I mean? So take a Geechi. People love to talk about believability, which obviously that's a strength, but they sleep on certain aspects of his tool belt, like the freestyling, or like the intricate rhymes, or so some of the more really detailed stuff that people refer to as pen game shit. Like, he's got it. Sometimes it's just a little overshadowed because people want to focus on some other aspects of it. And I think people do that with a lot of different artists for different reasons. Like, they'll just focus in on the thing that's easy to spot and overlook some of the other great things that that artist does in all genres, right? Like I'm not just talking about battle rap, but it is really apparent when you look at battlers, because people will say, oh, they'll always talk about somebody's pen game and overlook something else about them, or they'll always talk about Geechi because of this side and overlook these other great things that he does. And so I think that's something that if you really pay attention, you'll see that he's such a more well-rounded battler. And I think that's why he is where he is, because anybody who watches battle can find the thing that they love about battle rap within his style somewhere, you
No,
know?
I think you hit it right on the nail. And in fact, this is something that I always kind of drives me a little bit crazy. That like, well, we'll be married to an attribute for a battle rapper because of like what their reputation is, and we overlook all how diverse their skill set is. And it's like, wait, they're pretty good at this area too. Like, why don't we ever put them in this conversation? Like earlier today, we had somebody say Geechi's not a good angler, and I'm just like, I disagree. Like, I can point to a lot of Geechi angles that were fucking incredible. Or at one point, we just literally waited until Geechi go to like his third round just to hear whatever hood story that he had to tell us. Like he was a phenomenal storyteller and angler. So like I didn't really understand that concept, but that's a great example of like,
No,
all
yeah,
right,
because you could look at the Rock first or the
yeah,
Cow second,
yeah,
and or the Lux entire battle, and then find the different angles that he'll convey within a battle.
you know what I mean. So like you hit on the nail, bro. Like I can't say it any better than you said it. I don't know why that happens. I don't know what it's gonna take to break that. I guess, but you know, it is once the narrative gets set, it gets stuck onto you. And you know, in battle rap, when somebody builds a reputation, like it just stays with you forever.
Right. It's unfortunate though, because I think it really it puts rappers in this box, and sometimes they might want to feed into that, like, okay, that's what the fans want from me, you know what I mean? But I think the best ones are the ones that step out of that and just showcase the entire repertoire in every battle, just to showcase, okay, I could do a little bit of this, and that's not to say do things that aren't your strength, but it is to say showcase all of your strengths, you know.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. I got some more speakers here on the roulette. I'm going to bring my man, D Gooden. My man, 4 times. Salute to you, bro. Did you get a chance to catch the battles tonight?
Only the main event, man. I gave up on the stream, man. I turned it to watch the
Hey,
session,
let me tell you
then I
something.
watched the main
When
event.
the main event lives up to its hype, we will forgive everything else because the stream prior was really choppy, was inconsistent. I seen everybody on the timeline ready to file dispute charges with their banks, talking about, I don't know this rap grid transaction, get it out of here. You know what I'm saying? People were ready to ask for refunds. Then the main event lived up to the hype, and we forgot all about it.
Nah. It's VOD, so I ain't mad. I ain't trying to ask for no refund. I just watch the battles when I can. It ain't no big
What you
deal.
thought of the main event?
I mean, it was good. It was alright. I ain't really feeling the crowd. The crowd had me distracted. Um, they really wasn't messing with A.ward a lot. Uh, A.ward second was short. Um, the first is debatable, and the third is debatable. I guess it's just gonna come down to the second, how y'all gonna call that one. But I had Gotti 2-1 the first, and
The second?
the second and the third. Second and the third.
Okay. Oh,
I like what third. The Marcus Flish was good. The Marcus Aurelios, the Marcus Camby, the Marcus Smart. But Gotti with a little angle, breaking down Ward's style was good, and just going second made a big difference. Maybe that's the bias, but it's one of those battles when you're gonna see it back on cam and you just tune out the crowd. You probably see it a little bit different.
yeah, I mean, once you create an illusion of something, I hate using the word illusion as if it's a negative thing, but it's really important. Like when you go second, you have the opportunity to have that last impression, that last word. You create that optics, that just eye point of view of what happens in the battle, and you create that like feeling, that energy. So even if we watch it back 5, 10 times and say, no, Ward had the better material, we're never gonna forget how we felt in real time at that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. No third battle. I hope this is the last time they battle each
I
other.
feel like this is their
I'm
third
not a
battle.
big.
That's how I feel, truthfully. But you know.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But just one thing, man. Shout out to the people who's talking, man. I like all the people that was very knowledgeable, man. You had a lot of good points. Um, just one thing, man. We got to factor in impact when we talk about champion of the year, and that's the key point folks is missing. A-Ward, yeah, he got 23 battles, but how many of us seen him all? But everybody's seen Geechi Gotti battles. Anytime Geechi's on, everybody's
Look,
watching, and that's the difference.
I just, I gotta keep the same energy, man. For the people like the Dannies and other guys that will go out and take a bunch of one rounders against amateur battle rappers that are still not professionals, are still coming up. Like it's a great move as a battler to go perform in states that you might not have a chance to be booked in, right? Go meet fans in different markets. Go get yourself like really known. But as far as we start weighing your impact schedule, like what am I supposed to do with all this? I guess like I can appreciate the consistent material, but as far as like difficulty, like there's no challenge here for these guys, right? They're not supposed to be challenging A.ward. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
A.ward's
right. We just tune in to see how bad he gonna beat the dude. You know
Geechi's
what I'm
last
saying?
4 battles was Rum Nitty, Calico, Loaded Lux, and A.ward. Like that's insane, bro. A.ward's toughest battle besides Geechi was Ill Will. And I can argue, like, okay, well, then Geechi still has DNA math and his tournament run in the 2-on-2. Like, it just overshadows everything.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. So I said it before. Champion of the year is already locked up. It's just a battle for second. That's what I'm saying, man. When you Lux and Calico back to back, and then you have Ward to capitalize that off a tournament run and battling every 2 to 3 weeks. I mean,
Well,
that's just the second half of the year. We didn't even have to count the first half. So I mean, no disrespect to Ward, man, but Ward need more eyeballs, and I know maybe if it ain't even URL, KOTD, the playoffs would have been a good look for him.
nah, I don't.
Even RB.
I disagree with the eyeball thing. I don't know if it's the eyeballs because look where he's at and look how we're revering him. So he's looked at it a highlight. It's just the opportunities,
Yeah,
the platform
but
sometimes, and the opponents. Like,
but we hardcore fans. We want to see it. What about the casual fans? And that's the difference
Whatever.
maker right there.
Here's a question we need to have. So Loso on 10 and A-Ward on 10. Who
Well,
y'all got?
A was the best horseman, so I'm gonna say
You
A
think
Ward.
Loso on 10 is a monster now?
I'll be honest.
So
Like,
what? So
Real quick, let me just bring in
so
my man Sec. We had him get muted too. That's a good question. Personally, like A-ward could just do a little bit more than Loso. He can joke, he can rebuttal, he can get out of stuff, he can rebuttal mid round. So like I'm gonna value that a little bit more because he can adapt to situations.
so it's
what's the
an
Los?
edge. It's an edge then.
What's the on 10 Losa performance? Like Scotty?
No, Vixen. That's the closest
And
to
you don't
10.
feel like A-ward's performance against Will is like not better, but like just and higher stakes than that battle. Like 1,000 people in the venue, an elite opponent, a more elite opponent than Vixen. Like that performance alone would probably like break your argument. No.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could the platform though. I mean, that plays a part.
Well, what about the
Yeah,
what
but
about the platform? Because URLRB,
It,
we know what's obviously the bigger league, but Vixen was in a room of 10
okay.
people, and Ilwa was on a stage of 1,000 people. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, but it's RBE. If it's 1,000 people, it's 1,000 people.
So what about Loso versus Twerk? I mean, granted he lost, but he was still fired though. Like
Is he serious?
he was, but
Is he serious? Is this guy serious?
Loso was fired in that battle. Am I wrong?
You started the sentence
I
with he lost, but if A-ward was in that
Yeah,
if A-ward was
he did
if A-ward
lose.
was in that battle, he would be able to rebuttal the same way Twerk rebuttal. Like there's so many things that in that moment I'm looking at it like, damn, there's so many skill sets that A-ward has at this current time period that Loso does not have in his tools of skills that would have been able to combat Twerk a little bit better on the stage right now. Period.
I just think A was a little bit more creative, and a little bit more experienced than Loso.
At
I
the
mean,
end of the day, A-Ward got to get on URL, man. It just is what it is.
but
Sorry.
let me. This is a question I just wanted to ask because I ain't gonna stay on too long because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm on the clock, so my boss is about to get on me. If A-Ward do get the URL next year, what is some? Because he had a lot of these major battles off league. I mean, he had Gotti off
Listen,
in comp.
there's a
Like, what's the battle for him
there's a
to take
there's
that
a
will make an
there's
impact?
a plethora of matches available, man. Like
T-Top.
No,
T-Top, real sick. He
come
he
on.
said he said he would
I
battle
mean, it's Gotti.
B-Dot.
B-Dot. Like, he said
All
B-Dot get
right.
him out of here,
there's
though.
so
But yeah.
Av. You know what I'm saying? He still hasn't battled Chilla Jones. Like, there's a plethora of names available. That's not a problem.
All right. I just wanted to ask that question. But last thing before I go, I just need Tay Rock in 2022 to get a home game. Everybody getting these home games. Can we get a card in Baltimore? Any league,
Bro,
please.
they're not going to Baltimore, bro.
Can we get to Baltimore, please, man? That's
They're
all I
not
gotta
going
say.
to Baltimore, bro. Sorry.
What's wrong with
I don't
Baltimore?
know if there's enough of a
What's wrong with
market. I don't know if
Baltimore?
there's enough of a market in Baltimore, but I'll be honest with you, bro.
I
Like,
mean,
all those years in Irving,
we got all these
all
DMV.
those years in Irving
We got all
Plaza,
these DMV rappers.
all those years in Irving Plaza, even though he's not from New York, that was his home. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York rappers would battle Tay Rock in a New York venue and have a hard time. All right, Irving
You
Plaza
right.
belonged to Tay
Yeah,
Rock.
that's facts.
You right. We've been there. We know how it was. So we you talking to the choir here,
Even
man.
the crowd was loving Tay Rock on the Drake card too. So
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just something.
even in England too, or London, wherever.
Yeah, just something in Maryland, just for Rockman. He earned it. I'm
They
just saying,
can't.
man.
They're not going. I mean, if Texas is getting one every other year, like no, they're not going to
I'm
Baltimore,
I'm hey man, we got all these DMV rappers, man. We can get a card out there.
well, I
That's all
want
I'm
one
saying.
out here in Phoenix, but it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, Phoenix might be a no go, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
No, it's not a no go. It's just we don't have a venue. That's the only reason why we haven't had one. It's just we don't have a venue. That's the only thing. I
You
mean,
might
we
have
got.
to you might have to do like something in Scottsdale, man. One of them small venues, man.
That's cool. Well, we got Nitty, and then we got KG who runs traffic. We have a traffic out here. If they can do one in Oakland, they can definitely do one out here. Like,
Yeah.
Let's start with like a Survivor Series Phoenix first, all right, and then we can talk everything else. How's that sound?
not, yeah. They actually had a card a long, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. That was fire. It just the venue was just trash though, but the battles were pretty good though. So.
Your 4-time salute to you, bro. I know you got to go. You on the clock. Have a good
Yeah,
one, man.
man. Thank you.
Salute, bro.
So what was the consensus? Was it Gotti? Was it A.ward? What was the consensus in here?
I mean, look. Forget the consensus. What's your opinion? That's what matters the most.
I got Gotti round 1 and 2. The third it can go either way for me, but I got Gotti the first and second.
That's how I call it. I know if I watch it back that first round, I'm gonna really like get the notepad out and I figure out which lines I like a little bit more, and I might be able to give it a award. But like I'm a person that's really big on energy in that moment. Like I know for a fact if I saw that battle in person in that room, I would have not walked away saying A-ward won. Now I might watch it back multiple times and feel like A-ward won, but like I don't know. Like I hold a lot of merit to that energy in the room because if like I'll give you a great example. A-ward and Geechi #1 was almost vaulted. Like the person actually lost the footage, and we're about to never see that battle. So if we never saw that battle, the entire story of what it would have just been what it was. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you watch the battle, and you're like, oh, Geechi lost, but he didn't get bodied. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
but if you hear the story of it, it's like, all right, well, did Geechi get bodied? And if you never see the footage, you just live off of that energy and that storyline. That shit matters a lot in battle rap, especially when battles happen because until they drop or they're accessible to the public, like the story and the thing don't change. And when it changes, we know what the story originally was.
Yeah, and the thing is, Gotti had the home game. He had a little. I'm a big Geechi guy fan, so whatever. But he had a little bit of gas. But but the first
Definitely.
battle, the first battle was A-ward's hometown, or not hometown, but it was a home game for him, and it wasn't as many people there,
Real quick,
obviously.
I want to correct you because he corrects me all the time. A-ward says that's not a home game for him because it's still 4 hours away from him. I feel like it's closer to a home game for him than Gotti, but he would not call it a home game. He doesn't want to be called that. So respectfully, we can't call it a home game.
What?
I feel
So
you though. I feel
Yeah,
you.
okay, so Nitty and Danny just battled. They called those. I mean, different, but yeah, they called
Look,
those home games
Danny,
for them. But yeah,
Danny, if Danny's like from LA and Danny battles in Oakland, but he's battling somebody from New York and Oakland, I feel like that's a home game for Danny because he's still in the West. But Danny's gonna say, "Nah, man, Oakland and LA, they're not the same thing," and he's right. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
I
is.
get it. Yeah,
I'm from New York, so for me, if like I'm battling Jersey, New York, PA, that feel like a home game to me because like just the tri-state shit, like we're all just like combined. But
but
somebody
it's
from
still close enough for the other person to have a lot of people there too. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like they can't avoid that. Like clearly, if we had to pick home court advantage, we're not giving it to your opponent. We'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So you know,
So do you think Gotti had like I personally think Gotti should have took A-Ward at the top of the year next year to make another run because after he beat Lux, like he already had champion of the year summed up. So I think he should have took A-Ward at the top of the year just to start that run off again. So maybe he could have got it 4 times, but
I'm gonna tell you the secret to Geechi Gotti's run, right? Because this is probably gonna be the third time I'll have the luxury of casting the vote towards this award. Um, Geechee is a workhorse. He's a machine. He's consistently battling high level opponents. And in those high level battles, he will always bring one quality round and two competitive rounds to the point where he never loses the battle clearly. The person that battles him has to bring one of their best performances, which raises the value of the battle. He'll probably walk away with the best round of the battle. And at the very worst, it's a debatable or a clear win. Like he has mastered this formula and he's just replicating it over and over and over again. Like you just hear the names he's battling. There's no way somebody goes a whole year, right? 2019, and battles Chess, Sue Surf, Tay Rock, John John the Don, Ill Will, NWX, Big K, Tay Rock, O-Red, all in the same year, all months apart, and somehow find a way to be this strategic against all of those high level names. Once he figured that formula out, he replicated it the next year. Chilla Jones won, we know that story. He did it again this year. And listen to the names, like I said earlier. Like people want to say math, whatever, math 2021 is not good, but that's a legend on paper that matters, right? Because if that's the case,
that's
you
a
can say
big
that
legend.
you can say the same thing about a lot of other pioneers, but DNA
Yeah.
math, you know what I'm saying? Obviously the tournament run, Rum Nitty, Calico, Loaded Lux, A.ward, like look, Dre Dennis is a great example, right? Dre Dennis might not be a bigger name than Math, but he's a better battle rapper than Math. So then it's
You
like
bet. I think did he bounce Snake Eyes this year too? Not
that
saying
was
that's his
last
name.
year. That was last year.
Oh,
That was
last
last
year.
year.
Oh, okay.
But this run that Geechee has created is just like who can stop it? And even I'm not saying he doesn't lose battles. I have him losing a handful of battles. I have him losing DNA. I have him losing the Calico. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
That's my opinion. If you
Yeah, I
disagree,
get
that's
it. I get
fine.
it. I
You
get
know
it.
what I mean? But the point is, like, he's never having a bad performance. Might not be A level, high quality, 10 out of 10 Geechee, but you're never gonna get nothing less than a 6 out of him. Sometimes, like he's
That's
he's
facts.
he's consistently good all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
If you just look at his just the last 4 months, nigga, god damn, even he just run over the tournament. Like he had names, he had Swamp, he had Casey, Rum, and just this is it all within 2 weeks within each other. Like that's 3 high quality names right there. Casey was a
I personally didn't understand the downplaying of his tournament run because it's not like he can choose his opponents in the tournament. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And even in that fashion in the tournament, everybody has 2 weeks to prepare. Anything can happen. Literally, anything can happen.
Nobody has ever had a bracket like that. Not even Rum did. Like
They were so
that.
dominant. They were so dominant until they got to the finals and battled each other. Like, and
I
I
think
don't, I don't
if
know, I don't know why that dominance is dismissed. Like, I don't understand it.
yeah, and then think again. Like if Twerk would have beat Casey, he would have had Twerk. Too. Like nah, that like dog. This man has just been. I don't know. It's just I don't think we ever see nothing like this again. Like it's just wild. Like he's just a workhorse, man. You know what I'm saying? He just putting in the work and and can't nobody deny it. Like when people go in to vote for champion of the year, just go in. It should take all about 10 minutes. Gotti, boom, walk out. You know what I'm saying? Call it a day. Second, third, it don't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like if you don't have Gotti at the top, like you just don't know nothing about battle rap.
Well, with that being said, my man, I appreciate you tapping in. It's pretty late on my side of the world. I'm not sure how late it is on your side of the world. If you're on the West Coast, you're still living before midnight, but it's 2 a.m. on my side. It's
All
enough
right,
battle
bro.
rap for one night. You know what I mean? So
And I appreciate everything you do, man, for the community, man. I just want to say that.
I appreciate that. But let me go ahead and give you a follow, man. Thank you for tapping in. Always pull up whenever we do these, man. You got the green light.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a wonderful rest of your night, man. And everybody else that tuned in, man. We got a lot of great dialogue today. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I love A.ward. A.ward is a personal friend of mine. I have an immense amount of respect for him. But did we just like leapfrog him over Rum Nitty? Like I don't know what happened there. Like we didn't. If we put Rum Nitty's year and A.ward's year, I'm not sure if we just definitively say
It's,
A.ward is better. You know what I mean? And then there's the efficient guy. What about Easy? Like Easy was able to have the biggest impact in just 3 battles. Like
I got Gotti, Nitty, then 2 and 3, or 3 could go to either chess or easy for me.
yeah, you know, I feel like there's like 6 guys that everybody like puts in this bubble: Geechi, Rum, Easy, Chess, Ill Will, and A.ward. Like, and Real Six sometimes too. Those are like the 6, 7 names that I see floating around everybody's like top 5. So
I think it will just gets it just because of the name. Like his resume this year is like, you battle QP, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think I
I'm
think
not taking it. Will's fire, but I'm just talking about if you put resume up against resume, it's no comparison.
yeah, nah, man. I think he's just there off quality of work. Period. Like his material, his content, it has him at competing at that level. But then you start to compare the resume like everybody else's. It doesn't check all the boxes. But
Yeah, and I think that should be the first thing they do when they go on the champion of the year. First thing, just go to resumes, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? So
the resume thing is still one thing I always bring about with the resumes is like what matters more, the name or the performance, right? Because like respectfully, the Hollow of the Don, like he arguably beat Rum Nitty in a small room and beat K-Shine on a big stage. But I feel like both those battles are underwhelming. So those 2 victories, if you have them winning both those battles, like they don't probably hold as much weight as some other people that have great performances. Like
that's
there's
true, but I think for Cody, you got to have 3 battles in 1 year, right?
Yeah, I'm not putting him up there. I'm just giving an
Oh,
example.
okay.
I'm just giving him an example of beating a high profile name, but the performance was pedestrian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that wasn't the hollow I'm used to seeing on both sides of both battles. Yeah.
You know, everybody loves to talk about resume, but I also look at quality. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think, like, because if you did resume, I was surprised if people want to argue A.ward's resume. I feel like the resume is not his strongest case. His strongest case is his quality of material. Same with Ill Will. Resume is not his strongest suit, but his quality of material. And let's just face it, like, you know, it's nothing about the leagues against each other. People swear that King of the Dot and RB can't win Champion of the Year. It's not true. But when you have a league throwing 37 events a year and 2 leagues
Yeah.
combined, you know, throw less than 10, like you don't give the battlers enough volume to work with when somebody is able to have 10 plus battles a year. Like maybe Geechi, Rum, like Danny, like these are 10 plus battles. There's 10 battles into the year.
Exactly. And for KOTD, it's like one thing for me is I want to watch it, but it's like, do I watch it live? Do I watch it on Twitch? Do I where do I get it at? Do I watch it on YouTube? Do I like I don't know when and where to watch it. Like, you
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
no, yeah, that's a separate combo. Like they're on Twitch every Sunday, so you can watch them there. But my point is just that like they don't provide enough opportunities combined for somebody to just solely like be there. If somebody says I'm going to win Champion of the Year by only winning on RBE, well then you only going to have probably battled 3 times a year. They've only had 3, 4 events. You know what I'm saying? So like they had 4 events in a year, while Euro has 4 events in 7 weeks. Like, again, this is not competing with the leagues. This is talking about the opportunity pool that's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to win champion of the year for RBE just solely alone, you would have to have your 3 battles would have to be Hitman, Will, and A.ward, and you would have to 30 all 3 of them,
And look, listen, you don't
and
have
that's
to
not gonna
also
happen.
you don't also have to battle 1,000 times a year neither, because somebody like Easy, who's had 3 battles, in my opinion, is easily a top 5 candidate this year with just 3 battles.
It's
And
quality.
if he had battled Murder Mook and and had the same result that Geechi had with Lux, like, then you'd be talking about Easy and Geechi for 1 and 2 spots. You know what I mean?
You
So
think he
like,
would be above Rum?
I'm just painting scenarios here. I'm just
Okay.
painting hypothetical scenario parallel universes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Easy would have gotten Mook and then had the same result that Geechi and Lux did with Mook that night, like, then people would be ready to put Easy in a 2 or 3 seat. You know what I'm saying? Or even a 1 seat. You know what I mean? And that's just 4 battles compared to Geechi's
That's
11,
true.
compared to A.ward's 23, compared to Nitty's 11, compared to Danny's 15. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Real 6'8", right? Because I think he's battled 7 times on Euro, 1 time off the league. So, like, you don't have to battle that many times if you're able to produce consistent quality. Like, Easy has the battle of the year and 2 real dominant wins and great performances. Like, that alone holds a lot of weight.
I think Easy's gonna turn it up next year. He's gonna have a lot of battles next year.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I like the path that he's on. I like this. I want people to normalize this level of efficiency again, where they don't have to battle 20 times a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a lot
yeah,
for it's a lot for everybody. It's a lot for you. It's a lot for us. It's a lot for everybody involved. And
it is.
oversaturation is a real thing, man. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I
all
get
right,
it.
brother, man. I love the dialogue, man. I appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, bro.
Have a wonderful night. All right, man. That. There we have it, man. You know what I'm saying? Am I saying Geechi Gotti is winning champion of the year? I mean, there's still deliberations that have to be done. There's still a panel that needs to take place. But is he a front runner? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? My man Dev the Demon had a solid performance. Let's see if he wants to talk about his battle before we wrap the night up. My man Dev the Demon, man. Dev.
France, brother, how you doing, man? How's everybody at Let's Talk Battle Rap?
Man, we're good, man. We were watching your battle today, and I was impressed, man. I really enjoyed everything that you brought today, man. Your first round, punch heavy. The third round, you got real. I don't want to say emotional, but real sentimental, real value, real talk about your life. Like, the approach was really good. The confidence was A1. Man, how'd you feel about your performance?
Well, first of all, thank you, bro. I mean, shit, I felt good. You heard me. The building, it felt good to be back on the Riot. I was on, Rare Breed Entertainment. Salute to ARP, Wing and Lawrence. I was on I Battle. Salute to Lex and Paul. And then, I mean, yeah, the Crucible, but I don't know. That don't really count to me. So it's like my last couple battles, I've been out of state, different time zones, and it felt good to be back on the ride. I didn't know how they would, how I'd be received, but it was love. You heard me? And like the third I had to do that because I've been feeling away. I've been a little heartbroken the past 4 5 months. You heard me think about everything that's been transpiring. So it's just I had to get all that out there, man. And I appreciate everybody listening.
Nah, man, that was dope as fuck, man. I appreciated all of it. And honestly, you guys really set the tone for the night, because, like, first couple battles of the night were I was expecting a little bit more from certain battles, man. You know what I mean? Like Chef Trez and Fair, expecting a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Henny and Snake, expecting a little bit more. So your performance really stood out. Um, until, Sharon and them took over the stage and Geechi and A.ward pulled up. But those are prime time guys right there. So
Right, right.
how was the event overall? Like, what was the atmosphere? What you think of everything else?
Oh my god, bro! Ain't no party like a riot party, cause a riot party don't fucking stop. That should be lit. I was drunk. I was so happy I battled early. Like I've never battled that. Like been that low on the car before, and I was able to drink and smoke and laugh and like just support. Like when you finally say your rounds, bro, you feel this sigh of relief. Like, I feel like I could be a human being again. And I see Queen Prophet in here, so I just want to say salute to her again and each other individual that grabbed the pay per view. You heard me, because it's supporting the league, which in a sense supports me. So I appreciate everybody that grabbed the pay per view. If you didn't, that's okay too. I ain't in nobody's pocket. Um, but I can't wait for y'all to see some of the battles that transpired. Like the shit was lit. I definitely wish you were there, friends, because I know you would have enjoyed yourself.
I would have really enjoyed to hear that bar you said in person. A bullet whispered in me. How did it go? The bullet whispered in me. Turned around and said, "How that bar go? I don't want to butcher for you. I don't want to
Oh
butcher it."
yeah, bro. So I was talking to Uncle Rob about it because he loved it too. A lot of people in the building loved it, and I'm like, bro, I don't really fabricate. That's not necessarily me as a battler. I don't fabricate everything I rap. I rap what I live. You know what I'm saying? And it was almost a moment of like, there's always a moment that's like, hey, get out of here. You heard me? Like, stop doing what you're doing because here's a warning. So when I told niggas, I said, I done heard bullets whisper, it's not your time, but turn around and
Turn around and
watch
watch
this.
this. Oh my god,
You heard
that
me? And it's like, I done seen homies like get their warnings. You feel me? And my warning was from their warning. I done seen homies, that was it, And um, like I said, certain things are game changers. And that was one of them, like, yo, like, dog. So and I get a little in like sentimental a little bit, and I think that's the perfect word for it because what I rap about ain't no joke. And I talked about it in my third, like the streets ain't cool. Um, but niggas like you will bleed for the cred. And I've seen that so many times where people just get up here wanting to portray something that they don't have to be. You heard me? Or wanting to live a lifestyle that they think cool on movies, but that shit ain't cool. You see what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
and I feel like I rap for the streets, but I rap it. So many people glorify it, and I kind of tell the whole truth. Like, yeah, you can do this and this, but this, and this comes with it. So I just try to paint pictures of somebody fortunate enough that I woke up and just try to bring that aspect, to people that may not notice that. I'm gonna give y'all battle rap bars too, but like I said, I rap what I live. So I appreciate people liking and appreciating bars like that because it had to come from experience.
Nah, man, that was one of the ones, man. That was one of the ones. The performance was really heartfelt. You know what I mean? Like it was perfect, man. Honestly, like you even like I kind of like your first round a lot, where you were like real punch heavy. I'm not gonna front.
Hmm.
Like I almost wanted to see 2 rounds of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish your second round was just like your first a little bit. And I probably that's the only critique I have because everything else was really great.
I felt so. This is what's funny. Usually, what other people think is what I think as well. I thought my second was personally. I feel like I got a gentleman's 30. So let me say that. But my second was shorter than the other rounds.
Hmm
They were all over 230, but I think my second was roughly at like 227. So let me say that. My second was like at 227 um with the slogan. And I felt like so damn, it's already short. And then in the beginning, it's like I go from talking to you and then punching, right? At the halfway mark. So I do feel like I could have provided a little more for people in a second, but sometimes I be having to be like, nah, let me say what I gotta say. Like this gotta be said. This person needs to hear this shit. So in the first, it's funny, my last few battles, like my first round has been crazy. And then the third
Mm.
round is like people like the third round too. So I gotta do better, bro. I gotta make sure my second is up to par with my first and third.
Yeah, that happens, man. You know, it's tough to not want to like peak early in the battle because then instead of riding uphill, it's like a crescendo coming down from the content. Like you presented us like all of this like high level material in the first round, and the next two rounds. Not that it doesn't hit the same, but it's just like maybe it's a different game plan. Maybe it's the structure of it. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the battler. I don't want to make it sound like I have the solutions, but I did notice that like your first rounds, even when I saw you in iBattle, like those are the rounds that like you really like impose your will, make your presence be known, let yourself like be felt like yo, you have to deal with me for another 3 rounds, But yeah, man, that's how I called it.
Nah, yeah, nah. I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Like, I need you to understand this ain't no fucking game with Dev the Demon. Not in the first round. Like, if you can't get the past, if you can get past the first, then you might be all right. And I try my best to make sure all three are like that. I don't want to seem like I just lay off the gas. Sometimes it just works out like that, but yeah, my first rounds, bro, it means something to me. And you and like Ledge with Top Tier Podcasts and Nico with, Pure Cat Radio, like you guys have kind of seen me go from I take this battle off. He's not that good to he's taking everybody serious.
Hmm.
And I want that to continue. The demons have been on me about that too. Like my foet niggas, like my foes, they kind of been on me, because the Bay doesn't really have a battle rap scene like that. So they like, bro, you one of the only ones for real. Like you got to make sure we all look good. So I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get to the main stage. But until then, I mean, tell guys like DNA to come to the Riot, man. Like I'd like to have a conversation with DNA. You know,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, tell DNA, what's the word? I mean, I I love Calico. I'm not. Look, these are guys that are like in the big leagues and some of the big dogs, but it's like if they just wanted to see palm trees and have good Mexican food, you heard me, and surf, holla at Demon. Holla at Demon.
No, hey, listen, man. Uh, I'm looking forward to see what happens when you hit that next level. I want to see what kind of havoc you cause, what kind of matchup problems you present for battlers, and more important, how much more you polish your style and how much you grow from there. Because it's gonna be real interesting. Real quick, Dev, don't go nowhere. I want to bring up Fate. He battled tonight too. Fate, I know I brought you on earlier, but we was having a real heated debate. You know what I'm saying with
Yeah,
A.ward and Geechi, and we don't gotta revisit that. But salute to you, bro. You had your battle today with Chef Trez, and
nah.
how'd you feel about your performance?
Man, I feel it was dope, man. It was definitely a good back and forth, man. Trez came to do what Trez do.
Yo, Trez is it's tough, man, because I really really like that the glasses thing. So all I thought to myself was like,
Right,
you just gave him something to rebuttal, like.
right, yeah, yeah. I kind of knew, yeah. Like once I lost the coin toss, I was like, damn, bro. Like I knew no matter how I did it, like he was gonna rebuttal it.
I love the Westbrook line in your third round. Oh my god, man! It might have been the bar of the round for you, man.
Yeah, yeah, that was my favorite bar for sure, man.
What was
Nah,
it like
I thought it was a
in the
dope
ring with
battle,
Chef
man.
Trez? Like,
It was crazy, man, because he was really like responding to everything I was saying, man. It was like every round, like he was rebuttaling everything. Like, yeah, man, it was definitely different, man. It's just dope, man. My level of competition is continually rising. I'm battling people with different skill sets, and I'm kind of I feel like I'm picking up new things and learning new things, man. And so I'm real hyped for next year for sure.
what would be the biggest thing you've learned so far from this year?
Just I would say like poise is like the number one thing, and I heard you kind of allude to it earlier. What I mean, kind of capturing the crowd more, and just what I mean, kind of putting on the full show. And I think standing in front of people like Mathlex, like Pats, who really are legend, and like Trez today, what I mean, who really do this with ease. What I mean, just seeing that different level of poise
You know,
has me more like,
I know a lot of
oh,
people.
go
I know
ahead.
a lot of people do the whole like Chilla Jones comparison with you, and I don't think you guys rap nothing alike. But I think where people make the comparison is that you guys both have incredible pens. You guys are really good writers and punchers, but I guess there's like that entertaining intangible, I guess, to
Right.
captivate that
Yeah. It's
room.
like a perception.
Yeah.
It's like a perception thing. I think that's what it is with the Chilla Jones thing. I didn't see it at first. Like I thought, oh man, we don't rap alike. But yeah, it's kind of like how we're perceived. You know what I mean? Is really the big comparison. Uncle Ra was saying that it's kind of our voice too.
Yeah, the voice thing, people can get over it though. I feel like once you find a way to just add that charisma, you know what I mean? Because I think behind all of it, Faye, I feel like you're a real funny guy, man. I can see you cracking some jokes on motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, man. I like that's the thing. Yeah, like I really do. Like, and then like I don't know in battles, man. I just haven't found a way to 100% kind of incorporate my personality, man. So I think that's definitely a big focus for me next year, for sure, for sure.
one of my favorite lines was from your second two, you said the yeah, I'm working on my branding. Like,
Working on
wow.
my brand, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God, that ball was hard.
man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, nah, that ball was hard, man. It was a bunch you had too in the second round too. The Zion bar, the Prison
Yeah,
Riot, the Invisalign,
right.
trying to get it straightened if I don't see it. That was crazy. There's a lot, man.
Yeah, the second, yeah,
I
that
don't
was
even
my,
worry about
yeah, that was for
content with
sure
you.
my
That's what I'm
favorite round.
saying. Like with content like you're good. Like you're substantially you're a really good puncher. You know what I mean? But I guess it's just that level of
Right, yeah, it's just
execution.
and those
Yeah.
other, you know what I mean, those other elements, man. And that's why I kind of, you know what I mean, standing in front of that, it's like, I don't know, for me, yeah, that's like the best way I've learned it is being in these wars, man. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm definitely just taking from all this. And then yeah, I'm not battling in December, man. So I'm taking, you know what I mean, take a second to breathe and kind of just gather on the year, man, and just get ready and lock in for next year, man.
I want to ask both of you, you and Dev, how do you guys unflush after the battle's over? Like, how do you guys detox all the material that you guys have?
Casamigos and Hennessy. Oh yeah, dog. We get drunk.
Yeah, man, low key, man. Yeah, just relaxing, man. Like, yeah, low key. I can't even like watch battles. Like, I just really gotta decompress and just play some 2K, man.
Nah, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I've always been wondering, like, how do you guys like fully get these 3 rounds that you just memorize out of your head? And like I don't know if you got, I don't
Right?
know.
Yeah, it's
Like you
like
just say you don't have any battles. I don't know if you have any battles up and coming, like scheduled soon. But like the process of like removing those rounds from your head and then writing and learning new ones right after, like, sheesh.
right. Yeah, yeah. The crazy, yeah. The tedious process. Like just right back at it. That's how I feel like I've been all year. Like every time I had a battle, like as soon as that battle's done, I'm on to the next one. Like I'm prepping for the next one. Like so, yeah. No, it'll feel good to take a little breather, man.
Is it is
January,
does
we
it
ready
work? Does
to
it
get it.
work because you're in rhythm though? Like you're already in like battle mode. Is it like
Yeah, yeah. I like being in rhythm. Yeah. Like I feel like when I take, you know what I mean, too long of a break, like when it's a couple months, it's like, you know what I mean, it feels like I'm out of rhythm. But that's just
Yeah.
me personally. I know some people different people work, you know what I mean? Some people like to have a whole bunch of time in between battles.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite of fate. I'm like, fuck, bro, I got another battle. Like, I'm battling, I'm battling Tink December 17th on Hitless Battle League. Salute the big slap, little slap pops. You heard me, and Mama slap. But yeah, usually I like to take like 2 to 3 days um of like mental therapy. So yeah, I'm gonna be smoking. I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna be
mm,
exercising. You heard me. I'm gonna be on 2K and on my PS5. You heard me. And yeah, cause I'm rich. And
yeah, rub it in,
no,
rub
I'm
it in,
talking shit.
rub it in, bro.
I'm talking shit. But like, you heard me. Like just to do things that I feel good. Kick it with the kids. You heard me. Like just do things to mentally relax. And probably what Wednesday, I'll probably start writing for Tink the Demon for the 17th of December, you know?
Sheesh, man, less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, but we're trying to build
Crazy.
momentum. Like over here with the Demons, bro. Like we're obviously a staple. Let me not say obviously, but Western Conference wise, we're a staple to the West. We've earned even of the last year or so, we've earned the rights to be out there with Mafia, Crack City, Death Certificate, Barcode, and it's like, so now we're just trying to get the rest of the country and the world to fuck with us, like not to have to fuck with us, but like to respect us. With Next doing this thing on URL and Fate doing this thing on King of the Dot, Drix is back. You feel me? Like better than ever. He's probably the best demon, him or Fate or Next, they probably the best demons. So we really trying to take over the globe type shit. One battle at a time, and we're some of the hungriest motherfuckers in the game, friends. And I feel like, you can't count none of us out, whether it's a peer or whether it's somebody that's supposedly a top tier. Like, they got to be careful.
You can't fabricate desperation of like wanting to be somewhere, right? Like you guys have touched, you guys had some success in battle rap, but you guys know there's a much higher level that you're chasing that you want to touch, and so that desire to want to get there, like that beats out the people that like are there and trying to maintain it, or people that don't really want to put the work in. Like you can't fabricate that level of desire and motivation, and yeah, I have that.
Appreciate
Right,
that for real.
right.
Yeah, it's definitely levels, man. We trying to get to them next levels. It's always just a continual climb, and that's why I love being in a group with people. Yeah, like I mean, we're constantly pushing each other, constantly. What I mean, trying to all get there.
Still sharpen steel.
No, that's no, bro. That's understatement. Like when you got some of the best riders in the game, like right now. Like let me, and even if we don't want to say best, let's say hottest, right? Like to have sparring sessions with Drix and Fate, it makes you have to turn up. We got that brotherly competitive spirit to where, like, when all of us are on a card, nobody wants to be the worst demon, even though, we'll never say shit in public. We're always gonna big each other up. But you heard me in the group chat over the phone or wherever we link up at a restaurant. It's like, bruh, hey, you was the worst one. We gonna talk shit. And it's like, just to have that, bruh, like to be able to compete without competing, you know, to without making it feel like we're trying to stab one another in the back or drag one down to uplift ourselves. Like that shit means something. I don't know if other groups have that, but the demons over here, bro, we move at a family oriented pace, and we all believe in each other, bro. And when we always impress each other. So the West in general is the best region in battle rap, but we feel like the Demons is one of the best battle rap crews in battle rap.
Hey, I can't argue it, man. I can't argue. You guys got about to have a three-time MVP on your coast. You guys got some of the best guys out there right now. A culmination of talent, a bunch of activity, a bunch of unity going on too. What can I say, man? The West is what it is. Like I don't have to say what the West is about up right now. We know what's going on.
And they got the best media guy, Dev the Demon. Let's talk about him. But
Salute
I
to
do want to say, love y'all, man. I appreciate everybody. I'm about to be knocked out,
yeah, no, you
but I
deserve it,
love
man.
everybody,
Y'all
man.
both deserve some rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take that well deserved rest. It's 2 a.m. over here, about to be 3 a.m. So you know the vibes.
Friends, go to bed, man.
My, my brother, have a good one, bro. All right, man. Let's tap out for real. I tried to tap out 37 minutes ago, but we got some extra content for everybody. So to everybody that pulled up today, everybody to show love on the roulette. We'll probably do another show probably tomorrow afternoon. Why not? Why not, man? There's nothing else going on.